Welcome to the fantasy audiobook, Naruto, Super System World Picking Attributes. Chapter 41. After Shuai ate the dinner quickly, he quickly ran to his residence. He didn't want them to have any chance to let himself leave. After all, he had difficulty finding this opportunity to stay again. At this time, the entire party was a little stunned. Patriarch, is this a wandering warrior who came to our clan to eat and drink? At this time, a clan member said directly when he started fighting. No, if it's a wandering warrior or a traitor to the family, I dare not come to pass on such a message. You know, this matter involves the 4 major families. If the matter is revealed, then he can't find a place to escape at all. As for why this happens, I guess he wants to stay outside for a while. Wei Yewei also said slowly. The next day, Shuai directly picked up the remaining 4 bloodlines and left directly, and now the bone escape has reached 100%. Moreover, Shuai also saw a bone escape appeared where he mastered ninjutsu. As for those powerful dances of grass Ju, Shuai hasn't awakened yet. Soon, Shuai returned to Uchiha's station. Patriarch, Elder Zubai has returned. HMPH, this guy is still willing to come back and ask him to come and see me. Madara also said angrily. You know, the spot is very impatient these few days. I originally thought that Shuai would be back in a few days, but I didn't expect that Shubai's departure would be close to 10 days. Really, I can smell your grievances 10 miles away. At this moment, Shuai also directly entered the Patriarch's room. Seeing Shuai coming, the Dark Guard also disappeared directly. Tell me, what did you do? Madara also said directly. Don't worry, I will show you something, and you will know what I am going to do. Shuai said, pulling out a bone sword directly from his elbow. Can you even copy the limits of blood inheritance? That is to say, this time we. Ha ha ha, who says your mind is straight? Don't be too flexible. That's right, if you say this, you have a double guarantee. By the way, there is one more thing I forgot to tell you, I can resurrect the dead. Shuai said again. What did you say? After hearing Shubai's words, Ban stood up and said in surprise. You know, Senna's death did a great deal of damage to Madara. Now that he heard what Shuai said, Madara was also very excited. I have researched out a ninjutsu, that is to resurrect the dead. But one thing is that after the resurrection, you will lose all your feelings and will not die. There is no way other than sealing. The only bad thing is the soul. There will be pain of being restrained. Shuai said again. After hearing Shubai's words, Madara also sat down slowly. Although he wanted to resurrect Senna, he didn't know what effect it would have on Senna's soul. I won't mention this for now. You didn't prepare this ninjutsu for Senna, right? Madara also said directly. Yes, it was prepared for this plan. As I said before, a few clansmen from the Thousand-Handed clan should have already come here, right? After the two discussed for a while, Shuai was also ready to leave. Zubai, I have one more thing to tell you. You also let me rest. Shuai looked helpless. Since Madara became the Patriarch, Shuai has clearly felt that his work has increased. I can only rest assured of this matter if you go, the pillars are about to get married. Shuai sat on a rock and looked into the distance. Madara, if he doesn't come by himself, let him come by himself. Between the pillars is his good friend, but not his own. After Ban gave Shubai their route of travel, Shuai also chose this place as a place to wait for them to come. Soon, the sound of a carriage came from ahead. Finally here, Shuai also slowly stood up, stretched his body, and stood in the middle of the road. Soon, the welcoming team headed by Zujian appeared in front of Shuai. Uchiha Shuai. After seeing Shuai, Jian also directly picked up his own kunai and prepared to fight. Zujian, is that how you welcome guests? Shuai didn't care about him. This guy is a war criminal. No matter what he encounters, he wants to solve it by battle. In the interim, step back. Brother, he is. I said, retreat. Zujian also raised his own voice, and yelled again. Originally, I wanted to say something, but after seeing Zujian's eyes, he also put away his own kunai, and went straight back. Between the pillars, I want to talk to you about something. Can I ask my younger siblings to wait? Shuai said again. Do you know this? Shubai also directly released the chakra from the fairy technique on his body and said slowly. After seeing Shubai's chakra, Zujian followed Shubai to a small river. Shubai, you also went to the wetbone forest. Yes, you can go to the wetbone grove, and it was also arranged by me. Don't thank me first, I came to you this time, just to pass on Madara's words. The first point is, I wish you a happy wedding. Another point is, think I want to give you some gifts. Shubai also said directly. Bara, he's been very bad lately. You also have a younger brother. You should know what will happen to your younger brother after he dies. Shubai said as he picked up a stone on the ground and threw it into the river. After seeing this movement between the pillars, he was also a little silent. At the beginning, he and Madara wanted to join forces to end this chaotic world. Now they have strength, but they are on the opposite side. The gift that Madara asked me to bring to you is the Wei clan. After Shubai finished speaking, he also left directly. After seeing Shubai leaving, Zujian also frowned. After returning to the team, Zujian also said a word with Fei Jian, then Fei Jian nodded and left quickly. A day later, they also returned to the clan. Big brother, what Shubai said. I believe that there is no need to lie about this matter. After a little investigation, you will know. Has the intelligence ninja returned the news? Zujian also asked directly. Passed back, they are preparing for the battle, and looking at the direction of preparation, it is our side. But what else? But if this is not what Uchiha told us, what kind of judgment would you have? Zuma asked directly. After hearing the words of Zujian, Jian was also silent. However, no matter what, he just doesn't trust the Uchiha family's information very much. There must be something tricky in it. At this time, Shubai had already returned to Uchiha's station, drinking in Madara's room and Madara. After this time, both of their families will be severely injured. The Wei clan is destined to disappear. As for the Maelstrom clan, they have the protection of 1,000 hands. Let them live longer, Madara also said directly. This time we must be fast, how about it, have we prepared secretly? It's done, everyone has left a clone, and then they are already on their way to start. After Madara finished speaking, the corners of his mouth were also curled up in a long time. After coming back this time, Shubai also resurrected Chubby, but Konaha told Madara about the sequelae of the rebirth of the dirty soil. That is, the soul will be affected by the power of surgery. Therefore, Madara also relieved the fat. Okay, things have been arranged this time. Next, I'm going to the Thousand Hands clan. Okay, I wish me a smooth journey. Shubai also raised the cup in his hand. You must come back alive. Madara also said directly. You know, there is only Shubai who can talk now, so he doesn't want to even die the last who can talk. Well, didn't you force me to plant the flag? I'm leaving. After Shubai finished speaking, he also left directly. Fatty, how are your surgical preparations right now? Shubai also asked slowly. The preparations are almost done, and the materials are also prepared. But now my ability can only resurrect them for 1 day, so. Enough, I'm going to the Thousand Hands clan now. By the way, you have to be careful yourself. After Shubai and Uchiha Natsumi finished speaking, they also left the clan land directly. Running fast in the forest, after a day's time, Shubai came to the residence of the Chinsho clan. Between the pillars, the real gift is here now. After Shubai finished speaking, he also changed his appearance directly and used the shadow clone technique at the same time. The 8 people after Shubai's change also appeared in front of Shubai. Remember, our purpose is not to kill people. What we need to do is to let them know that the Wei clan is here. After Shubai finished speaking, he also set off directly in several ways. Now Shubai has mastered the bone escape, there is only a dance of grass. Although there is only this one, it is enough for the current situation. After rushing out, Shubai quickly saw the land of the Chinsho clan. I didn't expect to be so vigilant. However, the dance of grass Ju. Shubai directly released his dance of grass Ju, and instantly his eyes became a place made of bones. The Thousand Hand clan people in front of him also did not expect Shubai to directly attack, and for a while, he was a little at a loss and was directly penetrated by his bones. When Shubai saw this scene, he also left directly. Such things are happening everywhere in the Chinsho clan. At this time, Shubai's deity sneaked into the clan land of the Thousand Hands clan with 4 clones. Between the pillars, there is. I know, I felt it. After speaking between the pillars, he also disappeared directly into the house. Before Shubai could do anything, the pillars appeared in front of Shubai. Hee, Chinshujujian, you still have the mind to sleep here, but my purpose is to keep you asleep. Shubai said that. After that, I also pulled out my bones and rushed towards between the pillars. After seeing Shubai's movements, Zujian also directly recognized their identities. Wei Yi clan, Mu Dun Wood Dragon Entangling. The wooden dragons also appeared in front of Shubai. Although it was not the wooden dragon technique between the pillars, it was also the ninjutsu between the pillars. Shubai didn't want to reveal that his surroundings were clones, so he went straight back. Soon, their battlefield moved beyond the clan territory. HMPH, you guys come over and want to sneak attack on our Thousand Hands clan. Mu Dun Wood Realm is here. This was originally the purpose of the pillars. You must know that Mu Dun's power is very great. If you use Mu Dun's ability directly in the clan land, you really can't let go of fighting between the pillars. Therefore, Shubai will withdraw from the pillars. Thousands of hands, do you think you can change the world with your own power? The Dance of Grass. Shubai and his clones also use the Dance of Grass Ju. Although the Wood Realm was very powerful, Shubai still let his clones retreat, then directly used the instantaneous technique. After disappearing, Shubai also released the Shadow Clone. They can't escape. It doesn't take you to worry about it. After Shubai finished speaking, he attacked the pillar again. At this time, the situation is a bit embarrassing. Basically, I can't use my skills, I can only use bone escape. However, Shubai is just a little bit of this stuff, and he can't show any strength at all. The only thing is that you have more chakras, so you can release them quickly. Very powerful, but, wooden dragon. The next moment, a wooden dragon directly entangled Shubai. Feeling the power on the wooden dragon, Shubai's face was also embarrassed. Dance of the Secluded Land. This is a ninjutsu that everyone in the Kagaya clan knows, and each person can only use this ninjutsu once. This is why the Wei clan will become the existence that everyone is afraid of in this world. As long as this ninjutsu is used, it will produce a large area of skeletal deep forest. Moreover, these bones will be accompanied by super attacks. Coupled with their bloodstained disease, when they are in danger, they are simply not afraid of death. Mu Dun Wood Prison Art. The space between the pillars also directly wrapped Shubai with Mu Dun, and Mu Dun was also shot through after the Dance of the Quiet Land broke out. The space between the pillars, the breath of those guys is no longer there. At this time, Mito also walked to the side of the pillars and said slowly. I see, Mito, go back to rest, I can't accompany you on the wedding night, sorry. Zujian said apologetically. It's okay, go ahead. Mito also said directly. Zujian also relieved his ninjutsu, and then directly separated a clone to transmit the message, and then he also came to the conference hall. Soon, all the people of the Thousand Hands clan also arrived here as well as the other side of the world. Brother, tonight, it's a member of the Wei clan. Now, do you know if the news Shubai brought is correct? Zujian also said directly. Hearing the words of Zujian, Jian was still very confused. After all, he saw Shubai's painful look that day. How could such a person tell them such information so kindly? Elder, go and gather all the combatants and prepare to start fighting. Zujian also said directly. Second elder, you go to the people of the Whirlpool clan and ask them to be careful. After all, when they come over, they will pass through their clan lands. In the door, you are in charge of garrisoning the clan, you are not allowed to go anywhere. Big brother, this is an order, okay, let's go and prepare separately. After speaking between the pillars, he also left the clan land directly. Because of him, there are still things to do. Soon, between the pillars came to the river where Madara had previously agreed. At this time, Madara came here early. Mabra, needless to say, there is only one requirement for me to cooperate with you, and that is to hand over the room. Madara also said directly. You know, Senna was killed in the middle of her life. Therefore, Madara has such a requirement. You know, it's impossible. I also regret Senna's death. If you can kill me. Zuma also said directly. Kill you? Okay, don't say anything like that. You are the same as me, with the family's things on your back. You won't die now. In that case, why %? Well, after this incident, the friendship between us was cut off. After Madara finished speaking, he also left directly. After returning to the clan, Ban also came directly to Shubai's home. You know, the pillars are here, which means that Shubai has completed his task. However, there is no news of him yet, and Madara has decided to come to Shubai's house and wait. Patriarch, please use tea. Uchiha Kuna also offered Madara a cup of tea and said slowly. Thank you. Hasn't Elder Zubai come back? Madara took the tea and asked directly. Not yet. Okay, I'll wait for him here first. You don't have to worry about me. After Ban said, he also drank the tea for himself. Half an hour later, Shubai also appeared directly in his room. I'm back. Maiden also instantly felt Shubai's breath, and immediately appeared in Shubai's room with an instantaneous technique. When he saw a human figure on the ground, although he was wearing Shubai's clothes, it was a corpse. You, Mara, fast, this is. I'm hungry. Shubai exhausted all his energy and uttered these 2 words. After hearing Shubai's words, Maiden also confirmed that this was Shubai. Although I don't know why Shubai became like this, since Shubai said he was hungry, he must not have died yet. Ban soon informed Shubai's sister and mother that they were also starting to cook for Shubai. 10 minutes later, the food was also delivered to Shubai. And Minako also started feeding Shubai, and when the 3rd bowl of rice was eaten, Shubai also recovered some strength. Not enough, I want more food. After Shubai had eaten everything, he sat up slowly and said slowly. We're going to prepare right away. After seeing Shubai's complexion better, they also quickly prepared to eat. Next, they saw Shubai's horrible scene again. Their cooking speed simply can't keep up with Shubai's speed. Seeing this scene, Madara also summoned all the cooks to help. After a whole night, Shubai ate more than 10 times more food than his body. I don't know where he has consumed it. I'm sleepy. After Shubai put down the last bowl, he also fell directly to sleep. Although Madara wants to know what happened, now Shubai is asleep, he also went back first. After all, there are still many things that Madara needs to deal with. And he also told Shubai went to him when he woke up. 2 days later, Shubai also recovered. I'm going, this system is really powerful. I thought it was just a substitute technique, but I didn't expect to give myself a chance to resurrect after death. Shubai said after waking up with some fear. He won't die when he uses the dance of the quiet land, after all, he has no bloodstains. What I originally thought was that after using Yudi dance, it would be fine to be caught directly. After all, the pillars generally won't kill the surrendered person. But I didn't expect that the wooden dragon between the pillars was really terrifying, and he killed him without waiting for him to concede defeat. If it weren't for the stand-in scarecrow, I guess it would be GG this time. It seems that there are some things next time, so don't take risks. Shubai started to fight slowly and walked out of the room. Xiaobai, are you awake? Shunai also asked directly when Shubai came out. Well, second sister, what are you? The patriarch said Xiaobai, after you wake up, go find him. Shunai said slowly. After hearing Shunai's words, Shubai also shook his head. This guy is really. Although I think so in my heart, but now it's a critical time, let's go and check it out. Shubai also went directly to the patriarch's room. Mabra, now, you guy, finally woke up. Now they have started to set off, and the Thousand Hands clan has also started to move. Now Uchiha Natsumi is also set off. Now, can you see if there is anything else you need to add? Asked directly. Oh, then let's go too. We must use the fastest speed to solve the battle of the Wei clan. That family land, don't worry, all the elites of the Wei clan have gone out. According to the information, there is only one big patriarch left in the clan land. Moreover, the bloodstain of the big patriarch is still very serious. Therefore, if we go, it will be 3 you can come back in the day. With the foreshadowing of the 2 of us, there will definitely be a guardian ground between the pillars, and they will go out to meet the enemy. So, at this time, 3 days are enough. Let's go now. After Shubai finished speaking, he also set off directly. When Ban saw Shubai leaving, he also followed. A day later, they also caught up with Uchiha Natsumi. Fat, how is it? The situation in the clan is the same as in the intelligence. We were all about to attack, and you are here. Natsumi also said directly. Okay, let's attack. Madara, the Great Elder will leave it to you. Others, quickly resolve the battle. As long as they see our appearance, kill all of them. Just leave 2 people and report the letter. After Shubai finished speaking, he was the first to rush out. Ban is a little confused. This Shubai's enthusiasm is too high, right? Doubts turn to doubts. Now it's time to fight. An hour later, they also gathered here again. Patriarch, the matter is settled. They saw these people kill their people, Okay, next, there will be nothing for us. Arrange people, take away all the available materials, and then take over the mine. The rest, the Wei people. Ban also said directly. A day later, they also returned to the clan land. At this time, on another battlefield, the Wei Yi clan was attacking the sealed enchantment of the Maelstrom clan. After learning the news, the Thousand Hands clan also quickly attacked. At this time, Shubai and Ban brought 50 elites to Shinobu, and quickly attacked the Chinsho clan. Everyone, all use the iron thread flower dance, this barrier is about to break. Wei Yewei looked at the somewhat loose barrier in front of him, and said directly. Understood, Patriarch, bone done, dance of iron thread flower. At the next moment, everyone's arms were attached with a huge bone similar to a knight's gun, and when these bones touched the barrier, they also began to spin quickly. This caused cracks in the already shaky barrier. Let me take care of you. Bone done. Willow dance. Wei Yewei also pulled out a long bone in an instant, and the attack fell on the barrier like a flying willow branch. The enchantment that originally had cracks was also broken instantly in the next moment. Warriors of the Wei Yi clan, take this place, whether it is the materials or the frost grass, it is ours. Chong. Wei Yewei also took out a straight bone and rushed up. At this time, all the members of the Whirlpool clan were also standing in front of their clan land. Behind each one is a big scroll. Patriarch, why hasn't Chinsho come yet? At this time, an elder asked directly. You know, it's been a day since they resisted the Wei clan, but the reinforcements of the Chinsho clan have not yet arrived. Therefore, the people of the tribe are also a little flustered. Although their sealing technique hates powerful, and can restrain a lot of ninjutsu and people. But in the face of fighting lunatics like the Wei clan, they were also a little confused. After all, the strength of the Wei clan is not how powerful they have ninjutsu or props, but their blood. Moreover, the fighting method of the Wei Yi clan is also very single, that is, to use their own bones to escape. Therefore, in the face of such a fighting lunatic, the Maelstrom clan is really helpless. We are us, and 1,000 hands is 1,000 hands. I was wrong before. Our survival should not depend on any person or force. All people, prepare to fight. Maelstrom said directly. At the same time, he unrolled the scroll behind him, summoned a long knife, and rushed directly up. Old thief, you have gained a lot of benefits from my Wei clan over the years. Today, it is time for us to collect debts. Wei Yewei also quickly fought with the Whirlpool. Both parties are patriarch-level existences. Although Wei Yewei's attack was very strong, he was stopped by a powerful seal before he attacked the Whirlpool. Although there was no quick victory or defeat between the two, the battle between the clansmen quickly turned towards the Wei clan. After all, because of his own physical problems and long-term battles, one party is much stronger than the Maelstrom family in terms of actual ability and combat awareness. Mu Dun Wood Realm is coming. At this moment, countless trees appeared beside them, and at the same time, they also heard the voice from the Senjutsu Zujian. Senju, why did you come so soon? What is Uchiha doing? Kagaya Wei said with a puzzled expression after seeing the scene in front of him. Wei Yewei, what do you call such a thing? Chinsho Zujian also stood on top of Mudun and asked loudly. Thousands of hands, I know you are very strong, but you are not afraid that the whole army will attack and there will be a fire in the rear. Wei Yewei said tentatively. Behind, you guessed it too, we didn't come here alone. If nothing else, your residence should have been occupied by the Uchiha clan now, right? Kagaya said slowly. Ha ha ha, don't you know, it is Uchiha who told you that they will attack the Uzumaki clan. Now you say they will attack our clan land, do you think they will attack us? Zuma also said directly. After hearing the words between the pillars, Wei Yue was also a little confused. The character of this guy between the pillars is known throughout the Hokage world, and he is notoriously straightforward. Therefore, it is basically impossible to make him lie. In other words, if they were really cheated by the Uchiha clan, then the Kagaya clan is in danger. Patriarch, Patriarch. At this moment, a member of the Wei Yi clan rushed in front of Wei Yue. What's wrong? Zero, didn't you stay in the clan? Why did you come here? Wei Yue asked eagerly. Although he had guessed what happened in his heart, Wei Yue still had a fluke of. Patriarch, our clan land was attacked by the Thousand Hands clan. Now, I was the only one who ran out. Originally Yu was with me, but on the road, he died. Zero said directly. The clan land was attacked. Thousands of hands, are you too vicious? It seems that the Uchiha clan really cheated us. You know we are going to attack the Uzumaki clan. So, first go to our clan land and cut off our back road. If you want my Wei clan to disappear, don't blame me. With the addition of the Chinsho clan, the battle scale quickly tilted to the Whirlpool clan. Seeing this scene of Wei Yue, his face also showed a decisive look. Patriarch, don't. Bone Guard. 52nd elders and clansmen retreated, and all the rest came to me. Wei Yue also said directly. Hearing Wei Yue's words, the second elder also rushed towards Wei Yue's position. Second elder, please follow the orders of the Patriarch. 50 bone guards also stood in front of the second elder Wei Yi Jin. No, I want to stay, Wei, let me stay. Wei Yi Jin also shouted loudly. Jin'er, leave quickly. This is the last hope of our clan. The clan land can't go back. Now I will take the clan people to the water country. Wei clan, leave it to you. Wei Yue also slowed down. Said slowly. After hearing Kagaya Wei's words, Kagaya Jin didn't say anything. With the remaining 30-odd clansmen and 50 bone guards guarding them, they rushed to the east quickly. Patriarch between the pillars, they want to run, stop them. Maelstrom said directly after seeing this. Patriarch Uzumaki, please respect yourself. What our patriarch is going to do, even if you are Mito-sama's father, you can't talk like that on the battlefield. At this time, the third elder of the Sensho clan was also standing next to Uzumaki, said slowly. And at this time, between the pillars, there was also a look of doubt on his face. He still had some doubts about Wei Yue's words before. What he meant was that the Uchiha clan had arranged for their cooperation. And now the family land of the Wei clan was sneak attacked, and it seemed that it was still completely destroyed. But I have never done such a thing. The whole Sengoku can do this, only their Senju and Uchiha clan. In other words, it is now either arbitrarily shot in the middle. Either the Uchiha clan really got involved. At this moment, a super powerful chakra flow was felt between the pillars. Patriarch Wei, I think there is some misunderstanding. I didn't bring anyone to attack you, Are you trying to say that my clansmen lied to me? Humph, we die here, and you won't feel good. Bone escape dance of secluded land. After Wei Yue finished speaking, he also made a seal. Released the dance of the secluded land. After seeing Wei Yue's actions, the dozens of bone guards remaining behind him all had the same mark. Accompanied by the huge explosion sound, the entire Vortex clan was surrounded by the bone forest. Countless people from the Thousand Hands clan and the Vortex clan lost their breath in this explosion of bone forest. Even with the mighty strength of the Thousand Hand pillars, they were slightly injured in this outbreak. At this moment, a pair of scarlet eyes slowly turned in the dark, and then the corners of his mouth were slightly raised. Do it, do it. This is Madara who came here in 2 ways. After seeing Wei Yue using their family's forbidden technique, Madara also directly arranged for the people behind him to take action. Fire done. Fury of Susao. Because it was a team battle, Madara's shot was the most powerful range attack. Coupled with the increase in the riding wheel eyes, this Suzuo's anger is simply ruining the world. Seeing Wei Yue's death between the pillars, he just let go of his guard. Although he did not take back his wooden escape, the chakra injected into it was also weakened. In an instant, the enhanced version of Susanoo's fury broke through the defense. The Uchiha clan. Everyone cheer up, the battle is about to begin. Seeing this scene, Zhu Jian knew that his guess was correct. It seems that this incident was planned by the Uchiha clan. Moreover, if it weren't for Madara's move now, they couldn't even believe that they would do such a thing. Especially Zuma. Even now, he doesn't want to believe that this incident was planned by the Uchiha clan. At this time, Shubai also arrived at the clan land of the Thousand Hands clan. In this action, what we have to do is to use our best to give the Thousand Hands clan an unforgettable memory. If the pillar is not there, leave it to me. The rest is up to you. Shubai said slowly too. Elder Zubai, Zhangjian's strength is already close to the patriarch level. Okay, I didn't have much confidence at first, so don't put pressure on me. Shubai also smiled slightly. Now, do it. Lei Dun pseudo like 10 bullets. After Shubai finished speaking, he also launched an attack directly. The majority of the Qinsho clan is dominated by Shui Dun and Tu Dun, so Shubai used the false light in Lei Dun when he came up. Even if it is soil, pseudo-light will have the ability to transmit. After Shubai did it, the rest of the tribe also began to do it. Zubai, I know that your Uchiha clan has no good intentions. Fight with all your strength and send a signal for the dark team outside to notify the clan leader that the clan land is under attack. Qinsho Janma also appeared in the clan land for the first time. In addition, he stopped Shubai's progress. The next moment, countless flare bombs exploded in the sky. Seeing this, Shubai also had a headache. If Zujian knew that the clan was attacked, Madara would probably suffer. However, this is not what Shubai is worried about. All he has to do is to complete his task, and then go to meet Madara. Fang Jian, I let you run last time, this time I don't have such a good opportunity. Shubai opened his own writing round after finishing his words, Fire Escape Great Fire Dragon Technique 10 consecutive bullets. After Shubai finished speaking, he also directly released his Great Fire Dragon technique to the sky. This is Shubai's ninjutsu before setting off. The purpose of this ninjutsu is not to attack the door. Seeing this scene is also very confused. Shubai's quasi-head shouldn't be like this. In other words, there must be some other role. Shui Dun Heavenly Rain. No matter what Shubai wants to do, he must be stopped now. Therefore, Shuima also released ninjutsu directly into the air. After the water and fire collided together, it instantly turned into a big dark cloud. Because of the power of the two people's ninjutsu, the surrounding air also became a little moist at this time. Fog Escape Labyrinth. Seeing this scene, Shubai also showed a smile on his face. Sure enough, this guy was hooked. After seeing Shubai's movements, Feijian's face also showed a solemn color. In this situation, the power of the fog will increase countless times. Coupled with their riding wheel eyes, this kind of battle scale is directly tilted to the Uchiha clan. Fang Dun team, expelled. Wind escape, whirlwind. The powerful whirlwind blows the fog into the sky, and the dark clouds that were already gloomy have become more dense. Hey, let me give you a big gift. Lei Dun Kilin. Lei Dun Kirin. Lei Dun Kirin. %. At this time, more than a dozen Uchiha people with thunder attributes appeared next to Shubai and followed Shubai Jayan. Because Shubai's grasp of Lei Dun is still somewhat inadequate, so he can't complete this technique by himself. This is the super attack of the second pillar. When the quality is not up to date, they can only supplement the quantity. After the movement in their hands ended, a huge thunder beast appeared in the sky. Because the chakra of more than a dozen people is very abundant, plus Shubai, a chakra comparable to a tail beast. The size of this thunder beast has almost reached the point of abnormality. All the people of Uchiha's clan, all retreat 5 miles. Shubai yelled loudly while holding the technique in his hand. After hearing Shubai's words, all those who did not participate in Jia Yin stepped back. Tu Dun team, Tu Dun Balyubi. Feeling the powerful breath in the sky, an 8 Luwal was directly released in the door. This is where most people can escape. At this time, they can only rely on this powerful defense. Because, the powerful pressure from the thunder beast above gave him a sense of powerlessness. Therefore, at this time, this method can only be used to minimize the loss. You also step back, I will do it myself. The technique of multiple shadow clones. After Shubai finished speaking, Shubai appeared behind him. Elder Zubai, take care. More than a dozen people also directly withdrew their control of ninjutsu, and all retreated. I'm going, this thing is really difficult to control. But, I'll leave it to you. After Shubai finished speaking, his 8 clones also stood in Shubai's position, and Shubai was fast. Go back. Even Shubai didn't want to feel the feeling of a lightning strike. Originally, he didn't master this technique, he just knew how to do it. Therefore, more than a dozen Uchiha people who are proficient in thunder escape will help themselves to complete this technique. But the surgery was completed, but Shubai couldn't control it at all. After Shubai left, his avatars turned into white smoke one by one. 2 done chinline. At this time, Feijian also appeared above the 8 Lu wall, and once again released a ninjutsu. Countless pillars appeared in the land of the Thousand Hands clan. Wow! Bang! In the next moment, the Qilin directly landed on the ground of the thousands of hands. The Baliubi was also shattered layer by layer, and each of the Thousand Hands tribe also fainted because they could not withstand the powerful thunder and lightning. At this moment, the power of thunder and lightning began to disperse, attracted by the raised pillars. Hey, this guy is really capable. He used Konaha and the art of 1,000 forests to disperse the power of thunder dunge. Shubai also said slowly. Zubai, I want to see what else you can do. Looking at the people of the Thousand Hands clan who were killed and injured around, there was also an expression of pain on Feijian's face. I'm not very capable, but I can release one of the ninjutsu just now. Shubai also said with a smile. This ninjutsu was not released by Shubai alone, so it was also dropped. And now Shubai has reached the 8th level, and the use of SSS level ninjutsu has been unlocked. In other words, he can use the unicorn once without consumption. What are you talking about? Now that the clouds in the sky have disappeared, what do you use to release the ninjutsu just now? Jian also saw the principle of this technique, and did not believe that Shubai could be able to do so under such circumstances. Release it. Shubai also admired him very much after hearing what Feijian said. You know, I only used this technique once in front of him, and I was actually seen through. Sure enough, it was a Chinshojian who developed countless forbidden techniques. If it weren't for the protagonist's halo, this guy would definitely be more powerful than his elder brother. If you can't believe it, it doesn't mean I can't. Lei Dun Qilin. Shubai also directly released the Kirin on his panel. Next, a huge thunder beast suddenly appeared in the sky. Seeing the appearance of this thunder beast, Feijian's face also showed a look of despair. Although he might be able to survive such an attack, so many Thousand Hands tribesmen are in danger. Wooden escape. The technique of real wooden cage. Wooden escape attract thunder. At this moment, a familiar chakra appeared in Shubai's perception. The guy between the pillars came back so fast. Boom. The next moment, the power of Lei Dun Qilin exploded directly. Although very powerful, in front of Mu Dun, he was still a little weak. After destroying the Mudden Wood prison, the remaining power is not great. Coupled with the technique of attracting thunder, the Qilin this time just killed some of the Thousand Hands clan who had been seriously injured before, and then disappeared. Oh, are you back between the pillars? Shubai said with a smile still on his face. Elder Zubai, why is it so? Because I am Uchiha, because of Senna's death, because I want my family to be safe. Shubai said with a smile still. But this way, no real peace can be obtained. I know, you should understand, only, peace. You made me think that when we were welcoming our relatives, we were entrapped by your 2 clans. Madara's wife died, and Senna also died. In that battle, there were countless Uchiha tribes who died. That's peace, that's the peace that your Thousand Hands clan killed by yourself. Shubai said here, the smile on his face also disappeared, leaving only a face of grief and anger. Originally, Shubai even thought that the battle would not appear after he had obtained the wooden escape between the pillars, and would end early by the rapid growth of the spots and pillars. But thinking about it now, I'm still too naive. Some things are really not like that. That was my father's decision, I can't speak at all. But it's different now. As long as our 2 clans unite and want to end the warring states period, it won't be difficult. Zujian still didn't want to give up, and said directly. And Shubai also knew that as long as the 2 of them joined forces, they would definitely end the warring states period. But these words should not be made by him. If he were Uchiha Madara now, he would really be persuaded by the column. Just kidding, the creator of mouth escape between the pillars is also very powerful. Say these words to Madara. Huo dun tianyan /10 shots. Shubai also began to release ninjutsu again. Mu dun wood dragon technique. After hearing the words between the pillars, Shubai also quickly backed away. You know, it was killed by this wooden dragon last time. Therefore, after hearing the words between the pillars, Shubai was also a little confused. Water escape, 10 consecutive bombs on the shore of Incomparable. Fire escape and real fire dragon sing 10 consecutive bombs. Fog escape colorful fog. Water escape rain attack. Shubai also instantly released 4A level ninjutsu. These ninjutsu can be superimposed on each other, and countless colorful rain needles are also quick attacks. Everyone, all go back. This time, our goal has been achieved. After Shubai finished speaking, he also left after leaving the clone. You know, the shadow avatar can't even see the body of the white smoke. At this time, Zujian didn't dare to chase Shubai at all. Because if he were to chase Shubai, then the Thousand Hands clan people here would not know how many of them would be killed by this hybrid ninjutsu. Even in the middle of the story, there is no strength at this time. Therefore, only stay between the pillars to help resist. After the power of these ninjutsus dissipated, Zujian also found that a Uchiha clan was invisible here. Mara, can't you really go back in time? After saying these words between the pillars, he quickly went to rescue the tribe. And Shubai quickly returned to the Uchiha clan. Where is the patriarch? Elder Zubai, the patriarch is in his house now. Understood, I'll go find him. After Shubai finished speaking, he also walked directly to Madara's room. At this time Madara was also sitting on the stool, waiting for Shubai. Looking at your appearance, did you encounter something worthy of happiness? Shubai Janban asked directly with a relaxed look. Madara also smiled at Shubai. Now, Shubai had a heartbreak. What happened to this guy? At this time Shubai was a little puzzled. You must know that even if it was the victory of this war, Madara would not smile so happily. Don't laugh, tell me, what happened? Shubai still couldn't help asking. This time, the Wei clan gave us a big gift. In the south, there is a chakra metal vein. Moreover, none of the families here is stronger than us. In other words, we will have a chakra metal vein. You said, am I going to laugh? Madara also said directly. The haze from before has now disappeared a bit. After all, 4 people were normal during the Warring States period. It's just that if this happened to me, it would be a little uncomfortable. After taking revenge this time, Ban felt relieved a lot. In addition, because of the chubby filthy rebirth, I saw Senna and knew that he was alive in another world. Therefore, the obsession in my heart is also let go a lot. Well, it's good if you can laugh out now. However, the chakra metal veins in the south don't seem to be a small family in my impression. Let alone the tribes of Nara, Yamanaka, and Autumn Road. Even the Flagwood family, Yuan Fei, Jikun and the others are not weak. Moreover, they are not close to us, so why do they think they can take down these chakra metal veins? Shubai said with a look of confusion. Look, I know this, you must not be able to guess it. Madara's face also showed a smug look. You guy, I know. So you are laughing at this. Honestly, do you have any relationship with Zujian? Shubai also asked directly. Hey, you still see through. Madara said directly. Shubai was also a little surprised when he heard what Madara said. You know, Madara has always had a problem in his heart because of Senna's affairs. Originally, Shubai would think that it would take a lot of time for them to recover. It is estimated that Madara would have some solace after the rebirth of Quan Na's dirty soil. When did it happen? Shubai asked slowly. In this matter, I originally wanted to meet you after I stopped them. But Zhu Jian told me one thing, that is, if our forces are established in the future, I will become the boss. Ban also said happily. Shubai almost laughed after hearing Madara's words, this guy really is. It is estimated that the only person in this world who can withstand the mouth between the pillars is himself. Besides, Madara is really straightforward. Zhu Jian promised him to be the boss, but he won't be the one who has the final say at the time. Of course, if he was there first, Shubai wouldn't make him happy if that guy wanted to mess with him. Well, when will we leave? Shubai also said directly. You know, chakra metal veins are not a big deal. The weapons made by this thing can greatly speed up the flow of chakra. As for what other special attributes are, this is not clear. After all, Shubai knew that Konaha Whitefang's knives and Thor's sword were all made of chakra metal. So, if they let them master the chakra metal, it would not be a good thing. You know, if everyone from the Hajimu clan has a chakra metal knife, their combat effectiveness can be increased countless times. Zhu Jian said that he wanted to talk to the two of us tonight, so. When did you say this again? I said that he will not hurt you. When you come back, I will go to the old place at night. Madara also said directly. Hearing this, Shubai really wanted to say a second thing. But this is not bad, at least Madara looks much happier now than before. At night, right, I'll go back first. By the way, all ninjutsu in the clan can be open to me, right? Shubai asked again. I promised you, go. Madara said directly. Now Uchiha's clan is Madara's Yiyantang, except for Shubai, no one will disobey Madara at all. Coupled with the success this time, Madara's position was also instantly settled. Coupled with Madara's powerful strength, no one would question anything. Of course, they really admire Shubai. After Shubai returned home, he saw Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi waiting for him in his yard. Big brother, are you too fat waiting for me here? Shubai also said with a smile. Although their positions are different now, in Shubai's heart, these two people will always be their own brothers. Therefore, it is also called this way. Second brother, I want to be your secret guard. Fatty also said directly. Shubai, my thoughts are the same as Fatty. Lu Dang also said directly. After hearing the words of the two, Shubai also showed a smile on his face. Really, I just want to be my dark guard. By the way, I go out to perform tasks, but they are all super dangerous. Look, when I go out, don't I face an extremely powerful existence? You have to think about it, it's not easy to be my dark guard. Shubai also said with a smile. Ah, is this all right? Lu Yan and Fatty also said with a face of confusion. I remember, the Elder's Dark Guard should have the Patriarch's approval in the first process. Seeing that you are waiting for me here, it should have already been approved by the Patriarch. The next step is my consent, and then give you the paperwork, go bring your own clothes. Drink and eat first, and give you paperwork later. Minako, please trouble you. Shubai also said directly to Minako. I see. After Minako finished speaking, she went straight to prepare the meal. Second brother, you now. Hey, Xiaobai's situation is a bit special, it should be the reason for practicing some kind of ninjutsu. It is estimated that the younger brothers and sisters have to wait. Lu Yan also joked. The three of them still talked about the same as before. In the evening, Shubai also gave them the paperwork. He still has things to do at night, so he won't drink with them for too long. After the two left, Shubai also went directly to the small river where he had met Maiden before. When Shubai arrived, these two guys had already arrived. Are you planning to come here in the middle of the night? Ban said with some blame when he saw Shubai coming. Who knows, you two can't wait so hard. Well, let's talk about it. Why did you ask me to come over to make a light bulb? Shubai also said slowly. Although they didn't know what the light bulb Shubai said was, both of them also walked to Shubai's side. For this matter, we decided to go with the two clans. Within the clan. Pause, Madara, I don't want to intervene in matters in the clan. You also know that you can let me go to war, but let me manage it. I am most afraid of trouble. Now that the Great Elder is here, let him continue. I'm going to the south this time. Shubai also interrupted Ma and said directly. You know, this is the best opportunity to pick up things, and there is no new ninjutsu for yourself to pick up when you stay in the clan. Moreover, Shubai now has 4 attributes, so he still wants to see if he can awaken the last soil attribute. Look, I'll just say he is interested. Madara said with a smile too. Then let's go together. By the way, let's go this time with the 3 of us. Together with the 3 of us, it is estimated that no one in the Warring States period can stop us. Zuma also said confidently. The two also began to blow each other up, which made Shubai really uncomfortable. It seems that it is really an electric light bulb when I come by myself. Time passed slowly, and the two chatted until late at night. In the end, it is time for each to prepare its own affairs. If it hadn't been for the Warring States period, it was estimated that the two would have been able to spend all night. After returning to the clan, Shubai also went back to sleep. A week later, they also set off directly. This time, Shubai also brought Fatty and Lu Yan. It was originally said that the three of them would go, but Fatty and Lu Yan also wanted to go there, so Shubai also took them with them. Ding! Congratulations to the host, for picking up for 1,000 days. Get the intermediate gift package, please check the host. As the group set out, Shubai's ear also rang the voice of the system. During this time, Shubai also kept picking up. And now what he wants to pick up is his own ninjutsu. After all, these are the guarantee of Shubai's current strength. Last time in the battle between the Wei clan and the Chinsho clan, Shubai used his own ninjutsu almost. In the past 7 days, I also picked up some back. Although there are only more than 100, it is a lot more than the previous ninjutsu level. Of course, Shubai still picked up a lot of things like the fire escape and the art of Phoenix Immortal Fire. Because Shubai has mastered this ninjutsu, the current panel has also changed. That is, there will be a number in the face of the ninja that you have mastered. After this number has changed to 100, A*2 will appear after the number of people, and when one is released again, the power will be doubled. And the emergence of numbers is the result of the ninjutsu that he released. Open the gift package. It has been a long time since the gift package has been opened, so Shubai is still looking forward to it at this time. After all, no matter what is in the gift bag, it will provide you with a lot of good things. Congratulations to the host, for obtaining the forging technique. After hearing the sound of the system, Shubai also noticed a change on his panel. In the column of own attributes, a forging appeared. Moreover, at this time, Shubai also discovered another change. Host: Shubai Uchiha Shubai. Age: 18. Pickup level 8. Pickup times per day 24. Pickup experience: 126,128 thousandths. Chakra: 98,700. Strength evaluation. Physical exercises: 28,934 thousandths. The strength evaluation elite Shangnan. Master ninjutsu: Shanju, summoning, instantaneous technique 2, shadow clone, fire dungeon phoenix fire technique 2, fire dungeon great flame singing. Ninjutsu to be mastered: Thunder Dungeons Zungli Progress 8100ths, Thunder Dungeons Kirin Progress 1/100th, Fire Dungeon is Suzuo Fury Progress 2/100ths, Blood Succession Limits, Right Round Eyes, Bone Escape, White Eyes 50/100ths, Wooden Escape 41,000ths. Special Skills: Forging Level 1. Pick up Talent. Number. Pick up Attributes today, 0/24ths. Warehouse: Huo Dun Fire Dragon Swallow 18, Fire Dun Rage of Suzu 10, Thunder Dun False Light 12, Water Dun Angry Dragon 5. After looking at his panel, Shubai was also a little confused. System: what does this forging technique level 1 mean? How can I improve it? Also, what is this talent picking up this column? Shubai also directly asked his doubts. Forging can be obtained by picking up, and so is talent. The voice of the system machinery also sounded directly. After hearing the system's voice, Shubai's face also became a little weird. This answer is almost the same as not saying. He also knew it was a pickup, but he had never seen these things before. After asking again, the system responded like this. Shubai also gave up. Let him go, there must be a way to the mountain. Time passed slowly, and after 13 days, Shubai and the others also arrived to the south. These days, Shubai has been picking up the wooden escape between the pillars. Now his riding wheel eyes have been opened, so now what Shubai has to do is to improve his wooden escape. After several days of improvement, Shubai has also increased to 352 1,000ths. Sure enough, there are bugs in this world, and the experience required is different from others. It costs 100 for a blind eye, so it costs 1,000. Shubai, where shall we go first? Let's go to the Sarutobi clan. This time the chakra metal vein is in their sphere of influence. You said, there are 3 ladder forces here. The first ladder is the pig deer butterfly, the second is Inuzuka and the others, the next lowest are Sarutobi and others. But this chakra metal vein happens to be in the lowest stage. Therefore, until now, the ownership of the chakra metal vein has not yet been determined. Shubai also said slowly. Sarutobi, if we directly convinced Zuludi and them, then our 5 clans will lead them together. With the support of their 3 clans, we should not have that difficulty in doing our own thing. Zhu Shi said directly. You know, the purpose of their visit this time is not just to obtain the chakra metal veins here. Another purpose is to integrate the forces of the country of fire. Therefore, the pillars also said directly. Between the pillars, your purpose is to integrate. I said to hit you directly, but I don't agree. So, Shubai and I will go to the Sarufe clan first, and you will go to the pig, deer and butterfly clan. 3 days later, we will meet in the vein. Said slowly too. So, just like that, the 3 of them were divided into 2 groups. Soon, Shubai and the others came to the door of the Sarutobi clan. Fatty, go call the door. Hehe, I got it. Natsumi said, and went to the door of the Sarutobi clan and knocked on their door directly. Crunch, quote hello, who are you? This is the Uchiha elder of our Uchiha clan, and this is Uchiha Madara, the patriarch of our Uchiha clan. We are here to meet your patriarch of Sarutobi clan. Natsumi also said directly. Uchiha, wait a minute, I'll go to the patriarch immediately. After the man finished speaking, he also went to their patriarch immediately. Soon, Sarutobi Fujiki also walked out directly. Sarutobi Fujiki, met Chief Uchiha. Patriarch Sarutobi needn't be polite, we just want to come and talk to you. Now, I think you are also very troubled. Our joining will make you not have this trouble. Please go inside, talk in detail. Sarutobi Fujiki also said directly. Soon, they entered the inner room. Patriarch Uchiha, how do you say such a thing? Sarutobi Fujiki asked suspiciously. Ha ha ha, there is no reason for this, just because I am Uchiha Madara. Madara also said domineeringly. After hearing Uchiha Madara's words, Shubai really wanted to stand up and say 666. However, Madara has always been like this, and Shubai is used to it. Patriarch Fujiki, this time we are not only Uchiha, but also the Senju clan. Moreover, I am not afraid to tell you that we are already united. I think you should know the influence of this matter, right? Shubai also said directly. After hearing Shubai's words, Sarutobi Fujiki's face also showed a look of horror. You know, the Uchiha clan and the Senju clan are the 2 major families of the Warring States period. Moreover, the grievances between them can be described as irreconcilable. But now, they are united together. In the entire Warring States period, no family can fight against them at all. And their union should not be that simple. If that is the case, then. Okay, I see. We want 10% of the minerals in this vein, and we don't interfere with the rest. If we want to make a move, then we need 2 floors. Sarutobi Fujiki also said directly. Yicheng, you. Okay, we agreed. You can watch the theater with peace of mind. That's right. The Shimura clan has the same requirements as yours, right? Let's say in advance, our final bottom line is this percentage. Your family is 0.5%. If there is anything more needed, then we did not come to discuss, but came with the army. Shubai interrupted Ma and said directly. He knew that this vein was at the junction of the Sarutobi clan and the Shikyun clan. Therefore, at this time, we still have to consider another family. Soon, they left the Sarutobi clan and went to the mine. At this time, Sarutobi Fujiki and Shimura Na were both standing in front of the door. Fujiki, they are like this, can it be said? Should be. So, what we have to do now is to rely on it. If we join in the end, our status will not be so high. We don't have to worry about the pig, deer, butterfly and the beasts. Call the people first. Tell them our decision. Fujiki also said slowly. Okay, let's get ready. In this way, the 2 groups are also going to arrange their own affairs. And they arrived at the mineral vein. Looking at the mountain in front of them, it was hard to imagine that there would be a chakra metal vein. Do you want to take a gamble? Madara also said directly. Got a gamble. What to bet? The veins here, before we come over between the pillars, we gamble to see who has dug up more chakra metal. Bet, let's use this metal as a bet. That's it, brother, Fatty, you guys come together. Madara, we are 3-1, are you okay? Shubai also said with a smile. Yes, come on, Ma said. He also directly picked up a shovel on the ground and started directly. Shubai and the others also picked up the shovel on the ground and selected a place, which was also the beginning. After 5 hours, the pillars also arrived here. Seeing his decadent look, it seems that he hasn't agreed. But after hearing their bets, they also wanted to join them. Of course, they did not agree. At this time Shubai realized that he was really no match for this guy favored by heaven. The combined weight of the three of them is not as much as Madara can dig alone. Okay, let's give these to Natsumi and Liu Yan. By the way, how is your situation between the pillars? We have already discussed it. Madara also said directly. Hey, they have no interest at all. But I believe that as long as we work hard, they will definitely agree. Zhu Jian also said helplessly. However, this result was also expected by Shubai. If the reunification were so simple, the Warring States period would not last for such a long time. But now they are in the mine, these guys want to make an idea here, no matter how they can't avoid themselves and others. As for other things, let's talk about it later. Well, the mine vein Surufei and Jakun clan have been entrusted to us. Now we will send messages to the clan and let them come over. Shubai also said directly. Until now, Shubai couldn't figure it out. Why did the two big clans that were still fighting just now unite so soon? Even if Madara and Zuma are willing, how can people in the clan agree? Moreover, the Uchiha clan did not lightly cheat the Sensho clan in the matter last time. Especially this guy in Phaegian, is it really so willing to coexist with the Uchiha clan? You know, in Shubai's memory, it was this guy who forced Madara away. Then, it will lead to the Battle of End Valley. In the end, Madara was seriously injured, and the pillars were also seriously injured, and finally died. But now, Shubai didn't hear any obstacles at all. Although it is easy, but I always feel that something is wrong. Fatty, go back and report the letter. Shubai also said directly. Between the pillars, well, Mu-Dun clone. Zujian also directly created a clone of herself and left directly. You must know that the shadow clone technique was created in the middle, and now Shubai has also mastered it. Of course, Madara also learned this ninjutsu. Not to mention between the pillars, he merged with Mu-Dun and directly developed Mu-Dun clone. 3 days later, the two clans also sent 500 people over. After the arrival of these 1,000 people, the 5 ethnic talks also began. Patriarch Nara, what do you think about this time? Everyone stared at Chief Nara. You know, whether they are Pig Deer Butterfly, Oil Girl and Inuzuka, they all know that the Nara clan is unparalleled in intelligence. Therefore, at this time they also focused their attention on the Chief Nara. This time Uchiha and Senju are coming together. This is unusual. However, although they are strong, we are not easy to bully. We are the 5 patriarchs of Madara and Zuma, and Patriarch Hagi, you are responsible for assassinating all of them. Elites are forbearance. At that time, I don't believe that they can turn the sky over. Patriarch Nara also said slowly. Originally, the Hagiki clan was not planning to participate in this event, but Nara promised to give them 10 chakra knives, and at this time they had already given him 1. This was an irresistible temptation for the Flagwood clan who studied swordsmanship, so they also agreed. After the Uchiha clan and Senju clan arrived, they also joined the ranks of mining. Hey, is this a talent for mining? Shubai was also a little puzzled when he saw the items falling on the ground. Could it be said that this is what the talent column brings? In other words, the talent column needs someone to do certain things before it can drop. Then if you want to pick up the ninjutsu practice column, you must let the guys with strong ninjutsu talents practice ninjutsu in front of you. Then, in this case, it should be alright. But now, Shubai directly picked up the mining talents between Zujian and Madara. Because the others are beginners or intermediate, but the two of them are really Europeans, and their talents for mining are also advanced. It seems that a powerful person, whether it is luck or doing other things, is so powerful. After picking up these talents, Shubai's mining speed has also improved a lot. However, a lot of ore was dug out, but looking at the spots and the pillars. Sure enough, even if it is opened, it is no better than the Emperor of Europe. Bara, a friend is here. Cut, let's use you to say, these guys, maybe you want to come and taste the pain. Madara also said domineeringly. Listening to the conversation between the two, although Shubai knew that these two guys joined forces, there shouldn't be any family or people that can compete in the entire ninja world. But if other families are also united, it's not that simple. Soon, the army headed by the Nara clan also appeared in front of them. After a cursory glance, there were about 5,000 people. In other words, except for the top patriarch level battles, the rest is basically 5-1. No matter how strong the Senju and Uchiha clan are, it is impossible to win in the case of 5-1. The only hope is that one of Zujian or Madara can directly hold the patriarch of these 5 families. Then the remaining one added himself to clear the field. Only in this way can this battle have the possibility of victory. Other than that, there is no turning point. I don't know how far the intercolumns and spots have grown. Therefore, Shubai now has no bottom in his heart. Mabra, you come or me? Zuma also asked directly. Come on, if I come, I can't help but kill them. After Madara finished speaking, he also took a few steps back and sat directly on the ground. Seeing this scene, Shubai's heart was also a little let go. Since Zujian dared to say such a thing, it means that he must have some capital to stand alone against the 5 great patriarchs. It's been hard work for the 2 patriarchs, and so many miners are sent to mine for us. At that time, you can take 10% of them, as it is a hard work. At this time, the patriarch Nara also said directly. Is it 10%? If I say, I want everything here, what are you going to do? Madara, who had just sat down, also stood up and said. I dare to pretend to be forceful in front of his Banei Ocean, and Ma can't stand it even after the pillars endure it. Let's see how many of you can go back. Do it. Shadow restraint technique. After Patriarch Nara finished speaking, he directly used his shadow restraint technique to restrain the spot. Cut. I can't hold it between the pillars and call me. After Madara finished speaking, he sat down again. After seeing Madara's movements, even Chief Chishonara was a little confused. What does this guy want to do? The heart-turning heart technique. The patriarch of the mountain also directly used the heart-turning heart technique on the pillar. But when his soul entered the body between the pillars, it was instantly surrounded by countless yang chakras. Puff. There is a big horror in his body. The mountain patriarch's technique was also destroyed in an instant, vomiting blood. It seems that they feel that a person between the pillars can resist all of us. If so, Shadow Cheekage. After discovering their thoughts, Chief Nara also directly transferred his goal to the pillars. Body. Mu Dun Tiamu Shield. Zujian also began to take action. After all, no matter what the other party said, it was the existence of 5 patriarch levels. Even if it's between the pillars, it can't be taken lightly. A shield of this level is no different from thin paper in front of me. Fire Dog, here you go. Imitating Beast Ninja Method, Tooth Tong Ya. At this moment, Chief Inuzuka also turned into his own ninja dog. The tornado quickly attacked the wooden shield. Patriarch Inuzuka was not talking big just now. In his eyes, Mu Dun of this level is really the same as paper. In an instant, it broke through this defense. Shadow Restraint Shadow Kill. Just as Chief Inuzuka broke through the shield, Chief Nara also launched his own ninjutsu in an instant. In the next moment, the needles formed by countless shadows pierced the entire column in an instant. Patriarch, what a scream, the pillars won't be overthrown by such a low-level ninjutsu. One side of Madara drew his ears, and looked at the Thousand Hands clan with a disgusting expression on the side. Sure enough, just after Madara's voice fell, the pierced column in front of him turned into a wooden figure. Does Mu Dun Avatar add a substitute technique? This operation is really subtle. Even if I have opened the 3-go jade writing wheel just now, I haven't seen it clearly. Shubai was also amazed. Sure enough, now the realm of himself and them has been pulled apart again, isn't it? However, at this time, the things that fell around the pillars were not only Mu Dun, but also an intermediate ninjutsu talent. The most important thing is that this thing is vague to death. If Shubai hadn't paid attention to it, it would really be impossible to find it. Sure enough, the system is a scam. Obviously I already had such a thing, but I never told myself. Although the talent column has appeared, the only thing Shubai has been looking at is his own experience value. After all, during that comfortable time, what Shubai has been doing is to improve his level. but forgot to check his other attributes. You know, just the column of people mastering ninjutsu and obtaining ninjutsu is old. Therefore, Shubai is not in the mood to decline. It is precisely because of this habit that Shubai missed these things. The rest, shoot, I don't believe them, they are all so strong. Patriarch Nara also said loudly. Since they are now pretending to be coercive in front of themselves and others, let them be completely stupid. In the next moment, the people of the 5 major families also shot directly. Elder Shubai, I'll leave it to you. If I act, it will affect the plan between the pillars. Madara also said indifferently. Cut, just say it if you want to be lazy. Really, I want to come and say it too. After Shubai complained, he also stood directly in front of everyone. Jian Zujian, do you also lead your tribe? Quote. Well, everyone listens to the words of Elder Zubai. Go, Zujian also said directly. Although some people are dissatisfied, but now that the pillars say so, they can only follow it. Okay, now you stand behind me first. I want to see how many caddies these families have. The technique of multiple shadow clones. Shubai also directly seals and releases the technique of multiple shadow clones. Shubai had just mastered this technique. With his powerful chakra, he released more than 30 clones in an instant. With the addition of what he picked up, more than 500 clones appeared next to Shubai in an instant. Hee, great show, it started. Huo Dun Dian sings. All the avatars plus Shubai are Jia Yin, and the next 500 triple Dian sings are directly released. Shubai has mastered the skill of Dian singing for a long time, so until now, this is the only ninjutsu that has tripled. At this time, Shubai also wanted to try how powerful this multiplied ninjutsu is. Boom, boom, boom. After releasing this ninjutsu, Shubai's avatars disappeared one by one. Interesting, there was a funny guy who got in. However, I'm Uchiha Zubai. Huo Dun Susao's fury. After Shubai finished speaking, he also directly released Susao's fury to his clone. What is chakra? I have more of myself. Ninjutsu. I seem to have a lot of them. As the saying goes, the master is beaten to death with random punches. What's more, his own is still a lot of chaotic punches. In the next moment, countless clones disappeared again. The clone under him used Dian to sing at the same place. After a huge mushroom cloud dissipated, a man with white hair holding a short knife also appeared in Shubai's sight. It's really a single drop, it's all about swordsmanship. However, it's not bad that they are all advanced ones. Shubai also recognized the person in front of him. By looking at this white hair, he knew he was from the Higaki clan. Moreover, they all have a habit of covering up their faces. Although I don't know why this is the case, this is finally a way to distinguish them. After picking up a large number of knives on the ground, Shubai also used it directly. And this is similar to the bloodline, which can be directly and permanently transformed into one's own power. However, Shubai can only pick up 20 times now, which is still a bit regrettable. Who are you from the Higaki clan, who can have such a sword skill? Should it be Higaki Shu? Shubai also said slowly. At the same time, the shadow clone was also released, and the 5,000 army behind him was stopped with endless ninjutsu. Is this the real strength of Elder Zubai? With his own power, he stopped the 5,000 coalition forces. Moreover, even if there is a wushwang shu in front of him, Elder Zubai is not afraid. At this time, the Uchiha people on one side were also surprised. Although I don't want to admit it, this guy is really strong. As far as I know, Elder Zubai is not 20 years old, right? At this time, 1,000 Hands clan also said slowly. Second brother is only 18 years old, and before the age of 15, he hasn't even reached Shinobu. If that's not the case, it is estimated that the second brother has surpassed the patriarch level by now. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly. What? I can't bear it at the age of 15, and in 3 years, I have reached the patriarch level. Even the patriarch between the pillars is not so scary. The 1,000 Hands clan exclaimed again. Don't say you are surprised, even if we grew up with our second brother, we feel incredible. Uchiha Luyan also said slowly. Well, don't you guys want to try our current cultivation base? Natsumi also asked directly. Hey, when you say that, I'm really a bit tricky. Second brother, we want to shoot too. Natsumi also said directly to Shubai. Oh, let's do it. One thing, that is to be beaten to death, just be half dead. Shubai also smiled. After hearing Shubai's words, although everyone had doubts, they still took action. In this way, Shubai's clone acted as the pressure. No matter where there is danger, they will help as soon as possible. And Shuhagi was stopped by Shubai's deity. No matter how exquisite his sword technique is, in front of Shubai's infinitely smooth instantaneous body technique and substitute technique, he seems so weak. Even if his knife is 1 centimeter away from Shubai, he will be avoided by Shubai's thought. After Shubai dodges, there is an unlimited ninjutsu package. This made Higaki Shu, who was fighting Shubai, really uncomfortable, as if he had hit cotton with a punch. Shubai, you kid, hurry up and end the battle. The column is almost over, or come back if you don't have enough of it. At this moment, Madara's voice also came. Madara's voice was not only heard by himself, but also by Hideki Higaki. After hearing this, Hakishu also subconsciously turned and looked at the situation between the pillars. Fighting with me, don't be distracted, you will die. Fire escape 8 desolate dragon flame formation. The next moment, 8 Shubai directly surrounded Hamusho. Then the double great flame dragon was directly released, and the roads nearby were blocked. In addition, the power of Shu Hagiki lies in the fact that their family specializes in swordsmanship. Although swordsmanship and physique are very powerful, there are some shortcomings in ninjutsu. Mu-dun wood prison technique. At this moment, the pillars shot directly. Heiju Sho enveloped the whole. Is this great flame dragon so powerful? Wooden dun true iron wooden cage. Feeling that his own wooden prison technique can't support it, the pillars also released a ninjutsu again. After the great Yanlong disappeared, the true iron wooden cage between the pillars became tattered. However, the Hideki Hagi inside was not harmed. Look, I'll say that if our Uchiha clan makes a move, it will affect your plan. Okay, Elder Shubai is back. Between the pillars, hurry up and end the battle. Madara became a little impatient and directly got up and said. At the same time, the shadow that was originally bound to Madara was also directly broken free. Even if Patriarch Nara did his best, he might not be able to restrain Madara. What's more, now, he has to be distracted to deal with the pillars. Well, I didn't want to be rough. Mu-dun wood world is here. In the next moment, countless trees appeared crazily radiating centered on the pillars. Mu-dun flower world is here. After Mu-dun has grown to a certain height, the buds on it also open directly. Puff, puff, what kind of ninjutsu is this? Even our actions are affected. Chief Nara said solemnly. To say that just now, they were able to pass between the pillars, and now it seems that they are not of the same grade at all. Autumn Dao, shoot, destroy this wooden escape first. Chief Nara also said directly. Toxins of this level are simply pediatrics. The doubling technique is 100 times. In the next moment, the Patriarch of Chu Dao also instantly became a giant with a height of several tens of meters. With a wave of his hand, countless trees were destroyed. I'm going, this fat guy is so fierce. Shubai looked at the scene in front of him, and said in surprise. You know, the dad who saw Ding Si before has become more than 10 meters at most. Moreover, the attack power is not as terrifying as before, even if he takes a special pill, he can barely use butterfly transformation. But now, the Patriarch of Chu Dao, who was only a doubling technique, had completely destroyed the wooden escape that descended from the wooden world between the pillars. Moreover, he hasn't used butterfly Wa yet. We must know that this butterfly is the most terrifying among pig and deer butterflies. You don't know this, right? Chu Dao Shi is the strongest pure physical technique in the world. Even if Hyuga Tianren wants to break his defense, it is estimated that he will use 80 sky magic blows. This is just to break his defenses. If you want to kill him, it is estimated that you will have to hit an 80 empty strike. Moreover, after this guy has doubled, he will have the power of breaking the mountain. My father was back then. I once said that apart from the Thousand Hands Buddha, this guy is the last person he wants to fight against. It seems that now his strength has improved again. Madara also walked to Shubai's side and said slowly. Unexpectedly, this fat man still has such strength. You said, do you want to help him? Shubai also said with a smile. What do you do for him? Even if this big fat guy uses butterfly transformation, he probably won't be the opponent between the pillars. Madara also said confidently. After hearing Madara's words, Shubai also walked aside and sat down. Since Madara doesn't worry about her good friends, she doesn't have to worry about it. As the Chu Dao clan's doubling technique, it is as powerful as the rumors. Immortal magic wouldn't escape Wooden Man's art. At this time, the pillars also directly summoned the ever-large Wooden Man, and it was also towards Chu Dao Si Emperor. Attack away. Seeing the use of Shanshu between the pillars, the ground actually dropped the talent for the operation of Shanshu. Seeing this thing, Shubai's heart was almost itchy. I had known that this would be dropped between the pillars, I shouldn't have used up my pickup times so quickly. Now I can only watch. However, with the current relationship between him and Zhu, it is not difficult to want this at all. Chapter 51. The Mu Renjishu and the Chu Dao Patriarch flew together. In Shubai's eyes, it was like two sumo wrestlers comparing their strength to each other. I really don't know why the speed of Madara in the original book is so fast, why he has to compete with the pillars for strength. Presumably this is the reason why Ban is proud. In any matter, he doesn't want to lose to others. Really, it's too slow. I always said, just slaughter it directly. The rest of the little guys, can it turn the sky up? Susanoo. After Madara finished speaking, he opened the kaleidoscope in an instant. Lunyan, and then summoned Susanoo. Moreover, at this time, Suzuo was already in a whole-body state. Except that there is no armor on his body, he is almost finished. Matar, don't make a move. After seeing Madara release Susanoo from the pillars, he also shouted loudly. He knew that if he and Madara joined forces now, it was estimated that everyone here would be killed directly. But this was not the result that the pillars wanted, so he shouted loudly. Cut, it's really ink. I'll give you another minute, but if you can't get it, we Uchiha will make a move. After hearing Madara's words, all the Uchiha clan members opened their own writing wheel. The people here are all elite Shangren, all of which have opened the 3 Guyu Jade writing wheel. Feeling the breath of Uchiha, the faces of the 5 races also showed a solemn expression. Now they are all still affected by the arrival of the flower world. If the zebra were killed at this time, they would definitely suffer heavy casualties. Moreover, the black giant knew at a glance that it was very powerful. Autumn Dao Patriarch, I'm sorry. Immortal Law True 3000 hands on top of the Buddha. The immortal marks on the face of the pillars were all lit up, and a huge phantom appeared behind the pillars. In an instant, countless giant hands shot out quickly. Chu Dao Si, who was still competing with the Wooden Man, felt the threat, and pushed the Wooden Man away. Butterfly. A big chakra wings appeared, and the next moment Chu Daoshi's figure also became slender. But the threat on his body has not diminished a little. Facing the giant hand that quickly attacked, Chu Dao Si also slammed his fist. Let me go, this guy is too sturdy, he can even take it on top of the Buddha. Shubai grew his mouth and couldn't believe what he saw. Madara on one side frowned, he hadn't seen this trick used before. Moreover, the aura from above made Madara unsure himself that he could accept it. Although Chu Dao Si resisted the first few times, the hand that followed also slapped him flying. Seeing this, Shubai was also relieved. As expected, no one can hold on to this trick for too long. You know, the complete form of Madara and the difficulty of the beasts that Kyuubi mobilized together, it was this trick that drank hatred. After Emperor Chu Daoshi was shot flying, Patriarch Nara's face also showed a helpless look. It seems that they can't beat it with just one. If you add a spot, they will only be exterminated. Patriarch Chinsho, we have surrendered. At this time, the chief of Nara Haruyu Nara also walked directly to the front and said loudly. Although they have 5 powerful patriarchs, the Oil Girl clan can't exert any strength at all in the arrival of the flower world. As for Inuzuka, too, the pollen makes them immobile with their keen sense of smell. The rest is their 3 clans, but the power of their 3 clans can't cause damage to the pillars at all, let alone victory. Therefore, after combining his own strength and the opponent's strength, Nara Haruyu also directly chose to admit defeat. Okay, can you finally sit down and have a good talk? Zujian also lifted his fairy magic mode and Mudun, and slowly landed on the ground. In this way, looking at the good things in the same place, Shubai also reluctantly followed them back. After Nara Haruyu chose to surrender, Shubai also returned to his previous position with the clansmen of both sides. Now that we are going to negotiate, there is nothing for them. Fatty, big brother, you two are responsible for mining with them here. The rest are also here on standby. As for negotiations, the three of us are enough. Shubai also said directly. I know Bai. I know the second brother. In this way, they stayed and continued to mine, while the rest left the mine and started the 9-clan talks with the Sarutobi clan as the meeting room. Okay, now I think you are a little calm, right? Zhu Jian said directly. Yes, we are willing to talk to you. I just don't know, what do you want to say about Senju Patriarch Senjuzuma? Haruyuki Nara also stood up and said directly. Xiaobai, who watched this scene, almost didn't laugh. Sure enough, in the face of powerful strength, everything is a cloud. No matter how not angry in my heart, I still nodded with a smile on his face and said yes. Sure enough, strength is respected in the warring states period. Now it is not like Konaha afterwards, many powerful beings have been killed by conspiracies and tricks. Now, only you have the strength, then you have the final say. Including the current Senju clan and Uchiha clan, there are also people who are good at playing tricks. People like Chinsho Janma, but they all succumb to the powerful strength. Whether in the Senju clan or Uchiha clan, the two clan chiefs spoke in one word. As long as they make the decision, no one has the right to refute it. I want to end the warring states period. Zhu Jian also directly stated his purpose. Ending the Sengoku. In what way do you end it? Are you and the Uchiha clan teaming up to break all the clan? If this is the case, even if your two clans are united, it may not be successful. Chu Daosi also said slowly. If our thinking is like that, you have no way to stand here and talk to us now. Just wanting to kill all of you is not very difficult at all. Maybe you will say our rear, or ours family. But if I kill you before you do anything bad, do you want to be faster than me? Uchiha Madara also said directly. After speaking, Uchiha Madara and Shubai also released their own riding wheel at the same time. The atmosphere that was still very bad, after Madara spoke, it instantly became severe. Mara, isn't it that I'll take the lead when things are done here? Before they say that they don't agree, you should rest first. Seeing that Majima wanted to do something, he said directly. Cut, it's the ink. If I say that according to my idea, now we have gone back. A family like them wants to kill all, but it is a matter of time. We Uchiha are willing to bear all the hatred, how about it, whether or not think about it. Between the pillars, Madara also said again. Originally Madara didn't like this kind of fighting style, and preferred head-on. And now it was that they had an absolute advantage, and they came to grind their lips. This is not his style. Okay, I won't agree to this proposal. All you have to do now is to rest on the side. When we came over, didn't we have already said it? Said Zujian again. Seeing the bickering between the two, Shubai would find it fun no matter how many times he watched it. It's like a Tsunere attack and a Tsunere receptive. If they weren't both males, they might really be together. Originally, the 5 clans still had some persistence in their hearts, but after hearing the conversation between the two, they were also silent. Just like what they said, if at this time, if their negotiation breaks down, only death awaits them. A single person between the pillars can contain everyone, and the 2 powerful Uchihas under him can bring them death directly. Okay, let's go on. Madara is actually very kind, just a little stiff. My idea is to set up a village, which is composed of all our families. There will be a village chief, which I call Shadow. The rest of the families exist in different forms and hold important positions as ministers. The size of the village is determined by voting. There are 3 votes, and the minister in each position has 1 vote. Zujian also said his own thoughts. Come out. This was discussed between Zujian and Madara before, but it was only through Zujian. What do you mean is that, instead of letting us become your affiliated families, but an equal existence of cooperation? Nara Haruyu also sorted out the most important information. Yes, you can say that. In the future, there will be no concept of family, only villages. We are all in the country of fire, and we should have been a family. But the long period of warring states period made us become like this now. And I am now what I want to do is to eliminate the hatred between the families. Let us stop feeling the pain of losing loved ones, and now. Uchiha and I have reached such a consensus. You know, we in the Uchiha clan, his hatred is countless times stronger than the one sitting here. But we can all put everything down and work hard to do this. Therefore, I also hope that everyone can think about it. What the Warring States period has brought us. After talking between the pillars, even Shubai was a little surprised. With absolute strength, there are still so many things to summarize. Moreover, I can patiently explain to other families. His behavior did not bring him any benefit at all. After all, the election of the shadows is not the final decision of a person between the pillars. In other words, all people are eligible to vote, and all village names have the right to vote. In other words, a person like the pillar is a natural leader. No matter who it is, he will surrender in front of him. That's how it is said, but when something is really irreconcilable, doesn't it still depend on whose strength is strong? Inuzuka Tia also asked directly. Patriarch Inuzuka, let me ask you a question. Are your family members here now? The column also asked directly. It's all here, what's wrong? If your family dies, will you suffer? What do you mean? Do you want to threaten me with my family? Tell you, it's not a threat, I just want to ask you, will it be painful? The column also said slowly. Cut, yes, in fact, the village and your family are the same. That is, if you are accustomed to peace, no matter who wants to do something unfavorable to the village. I think it is not only you alone who will do it. Also, if it is really just relying on strength, then he will always die one day. What about his family? So, do you know? Zujian also said directly. After hearing the words between the pillars, everyone was silent. Because what was said between the pillars is easy to understand. Moreover, they have all lost their loved ones. Therefore, after knowing the feelings and having personal feelings, you can understand and sympathize more clearly. My Sarutobi clan, willing to join the village. I'm from Jakun and I am willing to join the village. At this moment, Patriarch Sarutobi and Chief Shimura stood up and made their own decisions. After hearing the words of the two, Shubai also showed a clear look on his face. Sure enough, the two families had already made a decision before. Otherwise, you would never make such a decision without discussing with your own people. Moreover, this should be expected by the column. As long as someone agrees, and they agree directly here, then, the remaining people were forced to despair. That is, they can only answer here, otherwise, even if they agree later, they may not get any important positions. Nara Haruyu's face also frowned, and the direct agreement of these two guys caused him a big problem. Welcome the two to join me, Konaha. The pillars also said slowly, well, do the five still need to think? If necessary, I will give you time. No need. We are willing, but we need to have our own station and we will talk about the residence site later. After all, the village is our own, so no matter whether it is construction or distribution, we have to wait until the final decision. Patriarch Nara has agreed, how about you? Zuma also said again. We also agreed to join. In this way, the 9 ethnic group talks are over. I originally thought there would be battles, but I didn't expect that a person's mouth between the pillars would solve these problems. Now, Madara, I'll go back to rest first. I'll leave it to you two patriarchs. By the way, the first village chief must be you. If it weren't for you, I would have made a lot of trouble. After Shubai finished speaking, he also left directly. Hearing Shubai's words, Madara's face also showed a smile. Although his brother died, Shubai now looks more like his relatives. At the same time, Ban regarded Shubai as his relative. After Shubai left, the faces of everyone present were also a little embarrassed. After all, I just said that the existence of the village chief requires election. But now Shubai's words are undoubtedly overturning all the words just now. Well, it's my wish for Madara to be the head of the village. As for you, we won't force you to vote. By the way, now that the matter here has been handled, we have to go to another clan. The Hagi clan will hand it in. I'm going to convince you. After all, your relationship is better. Madara, let's go. After speaking between the pillars, he also left directly. A month later, the three stood together on the Hokage cliff. How about Madara? This is where our village will be in the future. Our dream will finally come true. The pillars looked at a clearing under the Hokage cliff and said directly. When we said this, it was when we were 8 years old. Unexpectedly, more than 10 years have passed since this moment. When Senna died, I thought I would never be with you in my life. Together. However, Shubai gave me this opportunity. Now, the three of us will stand here. Really, although I really don't want to admit it, I really want to say thank you to Shubai. This is also the first time for Madara. I followed my heart and said something. Ah, you two are really moving. But the real battle has only begun now. Now we have solved the most obvious problem at present. However, we still haven't found the black hand in the dark. Shubai is not so optimistic now. You know, the same as in the original book, then what Highway would do now. Although I haven't seen him for a long time, this guy will definitely do it. Moreover, there is that weird correction. Just like Senna's death before, the two clans were originally in a truce, and there has been no friction for 2 years. But that's it, the Buddha suddenly made a move. And according to what Zujian said, the Buddha's room was not provoked by some black Jew. It was a whim that he wanted to redeem the lost honor of his family. You must know that although the Buddha is not as eccentric as the pillars, it is not a warmonger either. In other words, in addition to Highway, there is another existence that they don't know in secret. Moreover, this existence is much more terrifying than Heiju. Yes, Elder Zubai's worries are also correct. We must be prepared for danger at any time, otherwise, peace will only be duckweed in the rain. The pillars also said affirmatively. However, I want to know one thing. That is Shubai, did you practice any technique? How do I feel that you haven't changed much from 3 years ago? Madara asked slowly. I don't know this. But I can tell you clearly, I didn't practice that special ninjutsu. Shubai also said slowly. In fact, he was a little confused before. Although his body was getting stronger, his appearance had not changed at all. Is this important? Really, I will never keep up with the spots. Zujian said helplessly. By the way, Madara, I want to tell you one thing. Wait, don't say anything. I always feel that your guy has a poisonous mouth. No matter what you say, it will become true. If it is a good thing, just say it, and if it's bad, don't say it. Ban interrupted Shubai, and said with a look of horror. Ha 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 ha, I didn't expect there to be something that Madara was afraid of. Ha 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 ha, the three of them also laughed. Although Shubai was laughing, he was still very interested in the stone tablet in his heart. But there, it seems that only the patriarch can enter. Even Shubai couldn't ask to enter because of his particularity. But what's inside is an important key to let Madara leave. But Shubai couldn't remember what it was inside now, so he couldn't make any direct influence. In this way, Konaha also began to transform. After a year, everyone also walked out of the wooden escape made between the pillars and entered their house. During this year, everyone lived in a wooden house built between pillars. The first village meeting was held at the bottom of Hokage Cliff. Everyone, be quiet, now our own village is finally established. In other words, starting today, there will be no Senju clan, no Uchiha clan. Now there are only Konoha ninjas. This is a sign that we discussed together. Combining the characteristics of all of our clan emblems, this logo is the honor of our village. Shubai also walked directly to the front and said loudly. Originally this job was done by Zujian or Madara, but now they are all candidates for the village head, so this job has also fallen to Shubai. Yay! Soon, cheers came from below. You know, except for a few individuals, most people want peace. They don't want to invade other families, they just want to live their lives. So, when this day does come, they are very excited. Now, I'm here to announce the rules of the village. The previous film was elected by the previous Hokage, and then no more than half of the opponents can take office. The village is the family member, the compatriots of the wreckage, and the whole village will be condemned. After more than 10 minutes, Shubai finally finished reading the lengthy rules. Since the village has just been established, the first village chief is elected by the patriarchs. Of course, in this incident, I, who had some power in the least, also have the right to elect. Now, I cast a vote. What about you next to the pillars? I choose Madara, Zuma also said directly. Good spot, 2 votes, what about you now, Chief Nara? I choose Madara. In this way, except for Madara himself who chooses between the columns, all those who choose are Madara. Originally, the voting was anonymous, but Shubai was afraid that some people would be guilty, so he directly changed the form of anonymous voting to direct voting. In this case, even if some people want to play tricks, there is no way. At this time, Haruyu Nara also quietly destroyed the note with senjutsu in his hand. Because in his eyes, the column is a qualified shadow. Although Madara's strength is very strong, Madara's character, as a shadow, still has some problems. There are many people who have the same ideas as Haru Nara, but at this time they have nothing to do. Well, now our first Hokage is Madara. We will definitely implement it. As long as there is a place where leaves fly, there will be the will of fire. Next, we will invite our Hokage to speak. After Shubai finished speaking, he also moved aside from the forefront position to give Bantang a position. First of all, thank you patriarchs for your trust. Now, it is up to me to issue some important personnel in the clan. First of all, Konaha's guarding work will be assigned to the Senju clan, and the head of the police department will be Senjujuma. Inspection work leave it to the Hyuga and Inuzuka clan, the head of the investigation department, Tenin, the head of the investigation department, and the deputy head of the Inuzuka. Madara also quickly determined the positions of the members of each family, except that the Sarutobi clan and Shimura clan had no positions. Now, we are going to announce an important thing. Before, we were all people who cultivated our own families. Now, we are going to establish a ninja academy. And ninjas will also set a standard for judging. This standard is not only strength, but also cultural examinations and resilience. The Sarutobi clan and the Shimura clan are the first principles. After all, the Sarutobi clan's attributes are relatively balanced, so it should be the most suitable to be the first principal. Ban also said directly, by the way, the education of my own children is permitted by my family. The academy is just an extra layer of study. Thank you again for your trust. After Madara finished speaking, he also returned to his position. And at this time, it was also Zujian who personally put the Hokage suit on the Madara boat. In fact, this is the result of discussions among everyone in a high-speed village. After all, this is the first time. Therefore, their opinions were directly erased. After all, if they were allowed to choose, Madara would not become Hokage 100%. You know, Madara's horror, they know it. After the conference was over, everyone was gone. All the remaining patriarchs have stayed. Elder Shubai, why did anonymous voting become the way it is now? At this time, the most grumpy patriarch Inuzuka also stood up and asked directly. Is there a difference? It's already a certainty. Could it be that you have any other opinions that you can't agree with? Shubai also asked directly. Okay, I won't talk about this for now. I think we still have some difficulties with this school. After all, many families have their own unique teaching methods. Because of today's special circumstances, everyone has not refuted it. But like some geniuses, they will definitely hide in their own clan, and then teach them by themselves. Haruyu Nara also interrupted them directly and said directly. After hearing the words of Chief Nara, everyone was silent. In fact, this matter is not difficult, I have an idea here. Shubai also stood up and said directly. Oh, Elder Zubai has any ideas, please state it clearly. Madara also said slowly. Isn't there an election system in our village now? Then we will stipulate one thing, that is, ninja level things. It can only be determined by the academy, and at the same time, only with the name of Shangnin can we have the right to be elected. Shubai also said directly. This one, I agree. Without waiting for Inuzuka to say anything, Mazuma answered directly. I agree too. Madara also said directly. After all, this is something that is conducive to the development of the village, so the two directly agreed. Even Haru Nara was surprised, and Shubai didn't even think of these things. You know, he has always claimed to be a wise general, and the appearance of Shubai is simply his biggest threat. There is one more thing. I should have said it during the discussion yesterday. But I was afraid that the Naruto election would be postponed, so I said it today. Now, every family has to remove its own blood inheritance boundary or unique ninjutsu. The ninjutsu is turned over and kept by the village. Shubai also said again. After hearing what Shubai said, everyone stood up and looked at Shubai in disbelief. Even Uchiha Madara and Senjujuma couldn't believe it, Shubai would actually make such a proposal. Elder Zubai, how do you identify this? If the family did not take out all the ninjutsu, this would not be able to be found. At this time, the pillar on one side also asked directly. Although such a thing, even in the Chinsho clan, there is no way to accept it. However, there was no immediate objection between the columns, but a question was raised. Actually, this is very easy to distinguish. It is very good in my memory. As long as I have fought with the Uchiha clan, and when I was fighting the fighters of the 5 clan before, I paid attention to their ninjutsu. As long as they were released, I remember. I will do the review at that time. If there are any defects, the family will lose the right to be elected for any position within 50 years as a punishment. Originally, this matter was for the good of the village. I think our Uchiha clan will definitely support it. Shubai said this too. I, Uchiha Madara, on behalf of the Uchiha clan, agree to this proposal, and we will also integrate all the ninjutsu we have into Shubai's hands as soon as possible. Madara also stood up and said directly. Although I don't know what Shubai is doing, Madara can be sure that Shubai will not do anything unfavorable to the family, so he directly agrees. We need to go back and discuss it. After all, the family's ninjutsu is not our final say. At this time, the Sarutobi patriarch also stood up and said directly. The Sarutobi clan does not have any special ninjutsu, their clan was originally known for ninjutsu. It's just that what they have been studying is the change in the nature of the number of people, and they have developed a lot of ninjutsu. But unlike shadow bondage and doubling ninjutsu, which are unique to the family, their ninjutsu doesn't have that uniqueness. If it were to be taken out, it would be equivalent to taking out the ninjutsu in the entire clan. My proposal is for the good of the village. These ninjutsu is not for me, but for the whole village. In the future, the students in the village will choose their own practice direction based on these ninjutsu. If everyone is sincere for the village for the sake of Konaha's future, I hope I can hear everyone's answers here. Shubai also said directly. My 1000 Sho Zujian, on behalf of the 1000 Sho clan, agree. Big brother, okay, there is nothing wrong with this matter. As long as it is for the village, nothing can't be left. Zujian also directly interrupted the next door, and said slowly. Pigludi agrees to the proposal. You girl, Inazuka agrees to the proposal. Hyuga agreed to the proposal. Soon, the patriarchs agreed to the proposal. Now there are Sarutobi clan and Shimura clan, neither of them have their own unique skills like other clan. So it was equivalent to taking out all the ninjutsu of their family. Although they knew they had to agree now, they still felt a little uncomfortable. The Sarutobi clan agreed to the proposal. The Shimura clan agreed to the proposal. Finally, the two agreed. Well, now that everyone agrees, these ninjutsus will be kept by the Sarutobi clan and the Shimura clan after I confirm it. They are the principals of the academy, and these will be handed over to them in the future. After everyone responded, Shubai also said again. After hearing Shubai's words, Sarutobi and Shimura, whose expressions were a little depressed, instantly regained the brilliance in their eyes. If this is the case, this proposal is simply infinitely beneficial to them. Well, what else everyone needs to bring up? Let's deal with it first. After we have dealt with the matters here, let's return to our posts and start our own work. At this time, Madara also stood directly, got up and said. You know, Madara is Hokage now. Therefore, all work must be led by Madara. Hokage-sama, I have a proposal. At this moment, Shimura on one side also spoke. Speak. Now we have integrated the forces of multiple clans, but we only have a clear police department. Moreover, this is the sole responsibility of the Thousand Hands clan. In this case, our strength is completely wasted. Moreover, what is happening? In special circumstances, the Chinsho clan has to face and endure too much. I think that in addition to the police department on the bright side, we should also have a secret department. I believe everyone knows that, after all, every family before there are these secretly guarding existences. Shimura also said directly. After hearing Shimura's words, Shubai's face also showed a smile. It seems that this guy is finally about to do it. However, Shimura didn't have this idea. The one who really has the idea is Eugen. It's really good. Only a few days ago, I convinced a patriarch. Anbu. Yes, this proposal is approved. Then, who will be the head of the Anbu? Madara also said directly. You know, this position is very important. It can be said to be another layer of Konaha's protective cover, and it is stronger than the police department. Therefore, the candidate for this post is open to discussion. After all, everyone now has their own position, and this extra minister is equivalent to an extra vote for the family in the meeting. I think it is most appropriate for Shinshojian to take care of this matter. At this moment, Shubai also said directly. What are you talking about, Elder Shubai? Ban said in surprise after hearing Shubai's words. Not only Madara, even if he heard his name in the middle, he was surprised. Originally, he didn't think about what important positions he would hold. After all, Madara's request to join forces with Zuma was that after Konoha was established, he could not hold any important positions. But now he actually heard such words in Shubai's mouth. Hokage-sama, my proposal is the most suitable right now. After all, whether it is strength or strategy, 1,000 hands are sufficient. Although I can do it, I have other things to do. Shubai also said directly. After hearing Shubai's words, Ban was also a little confused. What is this guy doing? Are there other things that can't be achieved? I don't agree. Just as Madara thought, Ma Zujian directly stood up and objected. What's your opinion? Madara didn't say anything anymore, and asked the others directly. Agree. Except for the column, everyone agrees now. At this time, Feijian's heart became more confused. Although this is my ultimate goal, I have skipped all the intermediate links and cleared the customs directly, giving the room a sense of unreality. Well, now according to everyone's proposal, this matter is handed over to Senshojian. Within a month, let me see the existence of Anbu. If there is nothing else, let the meeting adjourn. Madara also said directly. After hearing what Madara said, everyone left, only the pillar, Madara, and Shubai were here. Zubai, what do you think, Madara? I promised you before, Okay, I don't know about this. Let's ask Shubai. After Ban said, the eyes of the two also shifted to Shubai's body. What do you guys look at me doing? Apart from doing it in the interim, I did it. I am afraid of trouble, so I don't like it. Shubai also said directly. You really don't have any other reasons? Madara said with a puzzled look. Well, in fact there are. Really, I have to explain. What is the last obstacle between our two races now? It's not Madara, nor is it between the pillars, but the front. Madara, don't talk for now. I know, you guys. The strength of the two is far superior to me and between me. But that is now and later. What was our original wish to establish the village before? Didn't we just want to use force to conquer? Shubai also said directly. After hearing Shubai's words, the faces of the two of them also showed contemplative expressions. Shubai was right. Their original purpose was that. But now that the village has really been established, the original things have been lost instead. Does this matter have anything to do with what you said? Madara was still a little confused. Contact is to eliminate all hatred. Madara, my hatred of Feijian will not be lower than you. You know, you two are brothers in my eyes. One of the brothers died, and the other was in pain. You should know my mood, but the more so, shouldn't we as promoters take the lead? Shubai also said directly. After hearing Shubai's words, Zujian also turned his attention to Madara's body. In fact, he guessed it just now, but he didn't expect that Shubai's idea was really like this. However, what to do now depends on what the class thinks. Really, I know. After Madara finished speaking, he also left. Seeing this scene, Shubai knew that the crisis had been temporarily lifted. Between the pillars, the actions in the door between the pillars are bothering you. If you say that he did something that affects the unity of the village, you should know how to do it. Shubai left after saying this. There was no change on his face between the pillars, he just smiled slightly and left. Shubai, who had returned home, also came to the yard. Now his mother and sister are making tea in the yard. I am back. Welcome back to Shubai, come and have a cup of tea. Uchiha Rongrong also said directly. I know my mother. Shubai also did the opposite and started drinking tea. Eldest sister, second sister. Do you have someone you like? If you have someone you like, and he likes you, you can just say it without worrying about it now. Shubai put down his hands. The cup, also said directly. Xiaobai, what are you talking about? Shunai and Shu Qin said with flushed faces. Seeing the appearance of the two, Shubai was even more certain. My two sisters must have liked objects, otherwise the eldest sister Shunai wouldn't have that kind of gray-hearted expression. Okay, now I have a bit of status. It is really blessed to be favored by my two sisters. By the way, Minako, let's get married next month. Said this, Shubai also shifted the topic to Minako. Body. Xiaobai, your current body, well, it's okay. By next month, I think I will almost be cured. By the way, where is the Ozawa clan now? Shubai said in confusion. Originally Shubai wanted to find them before, but when they went to their previous residence, they found that they didn't seem to be there anymore. That's why Shubai asked like this now. I don't know. As long as our clan leaves the clan, they are not members of the clan. Therefore, I don't know anything about the clan. Ozawa Minako also said directly. It's okay, you are my daughter now. After hearing Minako's words, Uchiha Rongrong also hugged Minako directly and said softly. Soon, the family went to rest after eating. When night fell, Shubai also walked to the family's ancestral hall. Is it here? Well, here it is. Is it really okay to do this? Shubai asked with a puzzled expression looking at the spot in front of him. It's okay, I originally had the final say on these things. As for the previous rules, what are they? I am Madara, how can I be bound by the rules of the dead? Madara also said nonchalantly. This is really like Madara's style. However, I remember that the above content can only be seen by people who have turned on the kaleidoscope to write round eyes. When that time, I will ask Naruto-sama to help me translate it. Shubai is also joking. Said. You kid, then I'm going to have fun. Okay, let's go. After Madara finished speaking, he went straight to the basement of the ancestral hall. When Shubai saw this, he also followed. Here is the biggest secret of the Uchiha clan. However, the feeling below is really unpleasant. Shubai and the others quickly came to Shiban. So are you, this is the place guarded by the patriarchs of the past. Also, you guys are really irritating. Heaven is back. Madara's eyes instantly changed into a kaleidoscope, and he lifted his hand directly into the ground. This is, Heiju. You said, is this guy the man behind the scenes you mentioned before? Madara looked at Heiju in his hand and said with a puzzled expression. That's right, but this guy really knows how to hiding here. Shubai was also a little scared. This is the place where the group leader can come in. It's usually fine, and no one will come to investigate here. In addition, the yin dun here is very strong, which perfectly hides the aura on Heiju's body. If it wasn't for Shubai who wanted to come over and see this stone slab that affected Madara, perhaps they hadn't found this guy yet. Okay, let's talk. Is this your ability? It's not bad. However, as long as it is not completely shameless, it will have no effect on me. Heizue said, and he broke away from Madara's hand in an instant and fled to the ground. Want to run? It won't let you escape so easily. Sealing technique Vientiane banned. Shubai on one side also directly used his own sealing technique. You must know that Shubai had never used the seal technique before. After all, he is now very talented, and it will take some time to learn. Unexpectedly, these seals have been stored and will come in handy here. Seal technique, is this a seal technique released by the Maelstrom family? Heiju said in surprise after feeling the seal technique. You know, he is a collection of yin dun. Therefore, he can ignore it when it's not a pure shadow. But now, the sealing technique used by Shubai was not released by his chakra, but by the Yongyun chakra belonging to the Maelstrom family. It seems that you have a way to crack the yin dun. Others, it seems that you have no advantage. Sealing technique thousands of bands, sealing technique straight seal. Shubai also said directly. After speaking, he also quickly released 3 sealing techniques, sealing the entire Heiju. This is not your power, you can actually use other people's ninjutsu. Heiju was even more surprised when he saw Shubai's movements. You know, copying ninjutsu is not impossible. But like Shubai, you can use it directly after copying ninja without consuming your chakras. I have never heard of such things. Well, it's not the short answer time now. Heiju, I know your purpose, and I know that the stone tablet here was modified by you. So, don't use any other tricks. Lei dun, fake light. After Bai finished speaking, he directly used Thunder Dun on the stone tablet, and the stone tablet was instantly broken into pieces. Zubai, okay, I know the contents of the above. This guy is actually set in a mode that can be seen without kaleidoscope writing. It seems that you are also starting to panic, and the plan has deteriorated. Shubai said directly. What's on it? Just now Madara's attention had been on Shubai and Heiju's body, so he really didn't see what was written on the stone tablet. Eternal truth, but you don't need these things anymore. It's better not to use that technique. Now that you are Hokage, you don't need to know such things. By the way, the above information, it was destroyed by this guy a long time ago. What is left is the information he has tampered with, so it is even less valuable. Shubai also said directly. Follow him, okay, now this guy, do you want to kill it directly? Madara slowly said while looking at highway in front of him. Kill me, ha ha ha, want to kill me, wait another 10,000 years. Now there is no way to kill me. Heiju also said directly. What, you guy? Bara, what he said is true. We can't kill him now, but someone can. Shubai said, with a smile on his face. Heiju, who was originally indifferent, became a little uncomfortable after hearing Shubai's words. Although he can be sure, there is no way to kill himself. But after hearing what Shubai said, he didn't feel so confident anymore. People of the Whirlpool clan, and I can too, but I don't want to do this now. Shubai said calmly. The Whirlpool family, the Whirlpool clan, Highway and Madara were surprised and confused. Really, is there a problem with the two of you? Your speech is so synchronized. Okay, they have a trick called killing ghouls. This trick can summon the god of death, although I don't know what the god of death is, but this trick should be able to kill this guy. Shubai also said directly. Heiju was obviously shaking after hearing Shubai's words. Although he tried very hard to control it, the fear in his heart was still revealed. You know, another feature of Shaolin Yan is emotions. Well, I don't want to lose one of our elites by killing you. As long as you are weird, I won't kill you. This is one of your bodies. If you die, you will be very headache. Madara, your eyes. Well, it's almost there. It's really bad news, if. I already know your proposal, but I can't do it. Now there is nothing I need to use this power, so it's okay. Ban did not wait for Shubai to finish, but interrupted Shubai. Okay, this guy will leave it to you, I'll go to rest first. After Madara finished speaking, he also left directly. Cut, it's still the stinking problem. Okay, you can be my pet now. Shubai said, also took out a chain and tied Heiju. Asshole, I'm the Black Jew, Shut up, if you are not obedient, I will kill you. After Shubai finished speaking, he also left with Heiju. After Heiju here was sealed, it was in a mysterious space. Are you sure? Well, it's about to be born. And the previous handle seems to have already recognized the master. Moreover, now his position is also found. Chief, do you want to? Don't use it for the time being, wait until the remaining two handles are present before doing it. By the way, is it popular to build a village now? Let's build one. They are fire, let's make water. The leading man also slowed down. Said slowly, but that guy. If you obey, let him be a water shadow. If you don't obey, kill it. By the way, I remember he still has a son. If he dies, let him do it. Okay, Beto, then the hilt is yours, make your own decision. The leader also said directly. I see, there is nothing to do here anyway. The guy called Beto also disappeared directly. It's really interesting. I didn't expect this world to be so fun. However, it is precisely because of such a place that they would choose, right? After the leader finished speaking, his body slowly faded. Shubai didn't know what happened here. At this time, he is opening his gift pack. Finally, I reached level 9, and now my pickup has become 27 times a day. Close to the 10th level, there is still a while. System, open the upgrade package. Congratulations to the host. Congratulations to the host, get the level up card. After hearing the system's prompt tone, Shubai's face also showed a smile. It was really dozing off and someone had a pillow. Originally, I was still thinking about when I could reach the 10th level. After all, the system said before that when you reach level 10, your body will change. System, use level promotion card. Congratulations to the host, successfully promoted to level 10. Unlock the body restraints and get 1,000 talents. The voice of the system's machinery also sounded slowly. After hearing the system's voice, Shubai's face also showed ecstasy. He finally lifted the restriction of his body. This is great for me and Ozawa Minako. Also, there is now a talent column on my panel, and this talent is different from what I could pick up before. The improvement here can improve your talents in all aspects. Whether it is learning ninjutsu, developing ninjutsu, changing nature or understanding other sub-professionals, there will be certain bonuses. As for how much the 1,000 points are added, I haven't tried this yet, so I don't know. At this time, the black Jew on one side also looked at the happy Shubai in confusion. It's really embarrassing to be caught by such a guy now. You know, Heiju's combat effectiveness was not very strong. In addition, he is now facing the existence of 2 patriarchs and above, and it is even more difficult to escape. No, you must think about it. Is there any way you can successfully escape from here? Although this seal technique is powerful, Yongdun is not very pure. Therefore, as long as time is consumed, he will escape sooner or later. It's just that his plan will be postponed for a long time. Okay, Heiju, I know your plan. Kagaya-ji wants to be resurrected, it is impossible to have me. As for the black hand other than you, I guessed who it is. You do it now, make me a good pet first, otherwise I can't guarantee that I'll kill you directly. After Shubai warned Highway, he also took a break. In the past few days, Shubai has been tired and crazy. Because Madara is an idiot, many things move his muscles first, then his brain. Therefore, the representative of the Uchiha clan is Madara on the bright side, but Shubai is the one who does things. Now that the basic situation has been formed, the next step is to continuously improve the intensity of the village. After all, Konaha was established almost 5 years earlier than the original plot. In other words, other countries are still fighting. So at this time, it's a good time to catch the tail beast. Taking advantage of their current scattered strength, all the tail beasts were swept away. At that time, there will be no village to compete with Konaha. Thinking about it, Shubai fell asleep too. Ever since he started preparing to establish Konaha until now, Shubai hasn't really slept well once. At noon the next day, Shubai, tell him to come out and see me. At this moment, a loud voice awakened Shubai from his dream. Is it Madara, this guy, really? Shubai slowly got on the boat, then walked out the door. Madara, why did you come to me if you didn't sleep so early? So early, Shubai, don't tell me, you have forgotten all about today's morning meeting. Madara also said angrily. Morning meeting, I know, what's wrong, am I late? Shubai is still in a daze now, just because he slept so well last night. Late, forget it, I didn't go if I didn't go today. Now it's noon, you can really sleep. After hearing Ma's words, Shubai also regained his energy. It turns out that I slept so late. Really, why didn't I remember any morning meeting before? If he knew it, Shubai wouldn't be an elder of Konaha. By the way, you came to me, isn't it just for this thing, right? Shubai said puzzledly. What do you think I could come to do? By the way, in the evening, the pillars will invite us to meet on the Hokage cliff. After Madara finished speaking, he also disappeared directly. After seeing the spots disappeared, Shubai slowly walked to the pool and washed his face. Is this the physical change? Shubai had always felt that there was something different in his body before, but he couldn't tell how. Now that he had reached level 10, this body was completely his own, and Shubai realized the difference. Whether it is the feeling of the body or the fit between the soul and the body, there are obvious differences now. Before, it was like I was operating a game, and my body was like a character that I operated. But now, Shubai has a real feeling. Xiaobai, I'm eating. Shunai also walked to Xiaobai's front and said directly. Good eldest sister. Soon, after having lunch, Minako and Shubai's mother also started to clean up the dishes. Shunai and Shuchin are a little abnormal. Usually at this time, the two of them are helping to clean up the dishes together. Eldest sister, second sister, do you have anything to tell me? Shubai said in confusion. Yes, we have something we want to tell you. That, we think it over, that person is the one we both like. So, I hope Xiaobai, you can help us ask. Shu Nai took a deep breath. After a breath, he said slowly. Who is so lucky? Can I get the favor of my two sisters? Shu Bai also showed a smile on his face. You know, now I have two sisters, one is 20 years old and the other is 21 years old. According to the situation of the Warring States period, they should have children now. Therefore, Shu Bai still wanted to solve their two problems as soon as possible. It's the patriarch. Patriarch, what? The person you like is Madara. Shu Bai, who was still calm, felt a little sluggish for a moment. I didn't expect my two sisters to like Madara. You know, when Shu Bai was 15 years old, Ban was only 13 years old. At that time, his eldest sister was 16 years old, and her second sister Zukin was also 15 years old. Even if he was the young patriarch at the time, he wouldn't make his two sisters like him, right? Well, it's Hokage-sama. Xiaobai, we didn't expect him to agree, but we also want to know his attitude. Shu Qin also said with courage. After hearing the words of his two sisters, Shu Bai also knew. People like Madara are originally very attractive. Although his temper is a little cold, he is super strong, coupled with that handsome face. This is simply the standard configuration of the iceberg male god. Therefore, it is excuse for his two sisters to like him. Okay, I see. Leave this to me. Although I have a good relationship with Madara, I will only let him choose for himself, and will not give him a little pressure. Shu Bai also said directly. Well, thank you Xiaobai. Really, what does the family say thank you? All you have to do now is to wait for my answer. Okay, I'm going to find that guy. After Xiaobai finished speaking, he also disappeared with a slap in the face. Soon, he came to Madara's residence. Because of the reasons of each family now, each family basically builds a residence nearby. Therefore, they are not very far away. Madam, Shu Bai also shouted twice outside the door. What's the matter? The next moment, Madara opened the door and said coldly. Cut, really, pretend to be in front of me. Okay, I have something to tell you when I go in. After Shu Bai finished speaking, he also went directly into Maiden's yard. At this time, the column is also here. Did I come at the wrong time? Did you bother you to talk about love? Shu Bai also sat down directly and said jokingly. Elder Shu Bai is really joking. I'm not Mito pregnant. The first thing I think of is Madara. You came here as soon as you arrived, so I went for a trip without saving. He also said slowly. Shu Bai also smiled after hearing what the pillars said. It seems that Tsunade's father is about to be born. Shu Bai is very curious about this mysterious man. After all, in the original work, there is not much introduction at all. I think it's better for you to have a son and then Ban to have a daughter. If your two genes are combined, it will definitely be the most powerful gene. Shu Bai also said with a smile. Ha ha ha, I think it's okay. The pillars are also laughing. What can I do? Why do I have to have a daughter, so that this guy's son is cheaper? Madara said angrily. By the way, Madara, saying here, are you really not planning to find a partner? Shu Bai also directly brought the topic to this. Although he knew that this was a hurdle in Madara's heart, he still had to say it for the happiness of his sister. After all, only if you really get out of this hurdle, Madara's mind will be freed. Senna and Madara had met before because of the rebirth of the foul soil, and a knot was lifted. The other is Yana, so Shu Bai was so positive after hearing what his sister said. It's Madara, I think I should ask Hyuga Tenin, the people in their clan. No, I don't like eyes without glamour. Madara also directly refused. Then, what about your Uchiha clan? Zuma asked again without giving up. Ha ha ha, for someone like me, do you think some people will fall in love with me? Madara also laughed at himself. In fact, when I heard Zujian said that he was going to have a baby, Madara was still very envious. That's why I told them so much at this time. Otherwise, with Madara's character, Suzuo Nengu would have been released long ago. Someone really likes your big ice cube. After hearing Madara's words, Shu Bai also grabbed the topic instantly and said directly. Look, I said that someone likes you. Others don't know your charm, I don't know yet. Chu Jian also said with a positive expression. Shu Bai, who is it? If you dare, then I will start a shabu. Are you afraid that I and Zujian will unite in doubles? Madara also pretended to threaten. In fact, at this time, Madara's heart still has some small expectations. After all, no one is dissatisfied with someone who likes him. Even if Madara's heart hasn't been opened yet, he still feels this way. It's my sister, Shubai also said directly. After hearing Shubai's words, both of them were silent. If it was someone else, they might even make a joke. But Shubai said it was his sister, which means that this matter is 100% true. Therefore, there was no word between the pillars, just looking at Madara. Now I'm waiting for Madara to speak, whether he agrees or refuses. This matter is all Madara's own business. Even as a close friend, he couldn't offer any advice. Bara, I'm just here to convey the thoughts of my two sisters. As for how you decide for yourself, that's your own business. Shubai also added. In an instant, the atmosphere became a bit awkward. Originally, Madara was not the kind of person who was too good at expressing, and suddenly encountered such a thing, it was really a bit daunting. It's easier for you to let Madara fight a family of ninjas now than it is for him to respond now. As time passed slowly, the tea on the table was also cold. Can I meet them? After a long while, Madara also said the first sentence. Yes, are you going to my house, or should I bring them here? Shubai also asked directly. I'll go, wait. After Madara finished speaking, he disappeared directly. After a while, Madara also changed his clothes, no longer in casual clothes. Seeing Madara like this, Shubai's face also showed a smile. It seems that Madara is also a boring man, and the personality of the high cold male god collapsed in Shubai's heart in an instant. But also, Madara is now the patriarch and Hokage. Whether for himself or for his family, he now needs a partner. Okay, do you want to go with us between the pillars? No, I'm going back to accompany Mito. Remember, if it's done, you must tell me as soon as possible. After speaking between the pillars, he just disappeared. And Madara followed Shubai to his house. In the next time, Shubai handed it over to them. At night, Madara slowly walked out. Let's go to Hokage Cliff. After coming out, Madara said this too, and quickly moved towards Hokage Cliff. And Shubai also followed directly. After arriving at Hokage Cliff, the pillar room was already waiting here. Moreover, there was a person brought over between the pillars, and that was Chinshojianma. Between the pillars, you are. Well, let the other room talk about this matter. The pillar room also sat down directly, and I didn't care about the clothes. After hearing Zujian's words, they also turned their attention to Feijian's body. I'm sorry. Without saying anything, he bowed at 90 degrees. At this moment, both Shubai and Ban were stunned by Ju. Before, during the election, I contacted people from other families and successfully persuaded them to choose my eldest brother as Hokage. Although in the end, because of the temporary change of Elder Shubai, I did not succeed. Later, I convinced Shimura again. The first family provided me with the opportunity to become the head of the Anbu clan. However, I did not expect that Elder Zubai would directly recommend me to be the head of the Anbu. I did a lot of things to gain power and weaken the influence of the Uchiha clan. Said directly. What? After hearing the words of the door, Madara's writing wheel opened instantly, as if he was about to do it right away. Ma, listen to him to finish. Shubai also raised his hand to stop Ma, and said slowly. Humph, I originally thought that Madara would do the same thing as me after becoming Hokage. Even if Madara would not move him because of my elder brother. But our family will definitely be greatly restricted. But then I learned I was wrong. I used the heart of a villain to save a gentleman's belly. From now on, I won't make any minor actions anymore, I hope you can forgive me. After the intermission, he lowered his head again. At this time, the spots that had originally felt a little uncomfortable were also relieved of the writing wheel. Shubai's face also showed a smile. These are what I need, as long as Madara and Zuma, Senju and Uchiha do not conflict. At least Konaha will have no problems in 30 years. Well, what you are sorry is not us, but you, and the village. Now that you have thought about it, you don't need us to forgive you, but you need to forgive yourself. Shubai also said directly. But, okay, there is nothing left. As long as you think we are friends, then all of them don't exist. Before finishing talking, Madara said directly. After hearing the words of the two, there were tears on Feijian's face. Originally thought that they would be ridiculed and insulted by the two when they came here, but did not expect that both Ban and Shubai directly chose to forgive themselves. Well, now that Elder Feijian has such a sense of consciousness, I will trouble you to worry about things about the academy. The Sarutobi clan and the Shimura clan are still a little unsuccessful. Shubai also said directly. Well, I will do this. Shujian also said directly. By the way, Zujian, this is what you called us to? Madara asked in confusion. No, there is one more thing. Yenian village was established, and Yao was controlled by them. Zuma also said directly. Shubai was also surprised when he heard this. You know, Yenian village was only established when Konaha was 3 years old. Unexpectedly, they are so fast now. Bawe, do you want us to get Bawe back? Shubai also said directly. Yes, the positions of the other tail beasts are now basically determined. Except that Yao is now under the control of Yenian village, the others are still in a wild state. Zujian also said again. I have to say that this intelligence capability is really powerful. This is the difference between power and individual. Okay, let Shubai and I do this thing. Madara also said directly. Okay, let's compare. You go to catch the 8 tails, I will catch 1 to 7 tails, whoever will come back then, after the 9 tails are captured, the 9 tails will be assigned to them. Zhu Jian also said with a smile. Okay, in this way, Shubai, who originally wanted to go home and ask his sister how they were talking with Madara, was also taken away directly. 5 days later, Mabra, hurry up and release today's 30A level or higher ninjutsu. Shubai said slowly as before. Are you annoying? Really, I knew I wouldn't bring you out. Are you crazy? You copy every day. I'm really not afraid that one day his brain will explode. Madara said with a bored expression. 2. I originally thought that I brought out Shubai, and I should complete the task faster. As a result, he found himself carrying a burden. Moreover, it is still very annoying. Now only the two of them are together, so Shubai also finds Madara for ninjutsu every day. It was okay at the beginning, but it has been going on for 5 days now, which makes Madara a little irritable. Okay, hurry up, Shubai also said seriously. Now Shubai doesn't just want to collect ninjutsu, but he has discovered that he can learn many ninjutsu quickly. So, what Shubai needs to do now is to improve his ninjutsu power. And this promotion, the level fell on the top of his own release of ninjutsu. You know, Huodun in the clan is famous, so Shubai has also been eyeing it. In this way, the two also rushed to Yenian village a month later. Blame you, we were able to arrive in 20 days, but now it's only a month. If you lose the right to use Kyuubi by then, I will beat you up. Let your sister beat you together. Madara is also direct, he said. During this time, Madara has honestly explained. That is, he decided to get married with Shubai in a month. But now it seems that it is estimated to be delayed. After all, they are still outside now. These things can only be said when I go back. No, the speed between the pillars is not so fast. By the way, how do we get in? Shubai also asked directly. You know, the people here don't say whether they are strong or not, but the skin color is different from them. It's still a bit difficult to get mixed in. How to get in? This, you are asking the right person. Facing such a situation, I can be very experienced. Madara said confidently. Shubai also breathed a sigh of relief after hearing Ma's words. It seems that he is not so stubborn. I still know how to sneak in. I thought I was going to open it directly, but I didn't expect, but before Shubai breathed a sigh of relief, Madara's Susanna had been directly released. Hand over Yao, live. Otherwise, die, Madara said domineeringly. After hearing Ma's words, Shubai also covered his eyes with one hand. Sure enough, this guy still has no strategy to talk about. And after hearing Madara's words, countless ninjas gathered around them in an instant. Uchiha Madara, who allows you to stand here and talk to me? I just want to know, what is your answer? Madara still said with an arrogant expression. Deceive people too much, Raikage-sama. Fire escape, infinite explosion. Before the man finished speaking, Shubai flew directly to Madara's Susanoo, and released 50 fire escape blasting birds in a row. Just after Shubai released the demolition bird, he also stopped and continued to release ninjutsu. Because at this time, Shubai saw two familiar guys. It is the Golden Horn and Silver Horn, these two brothers. Mara, remember to mute from now on. Also, no matter what the other party says, don't respond. By the way, these two guys have had experience fighting with Kyuubi. And they also have Kyuubi in their bodies. Chakras, Shubai also said directly to Maiden. Yeah, I got it. After the two talked, they also looked at the people below. Now the direct guards led by Lei Ying and the Anbu led by Jinzhao Yinzhao appeared in front of the two of them. It can be said that what stands here now is the full strength of the entire Union village. Uchiha Madara, we are. You won't succumb, right? Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. Did you know that this is an exclusive line that only the weak can say when they are desperate? And you are just the weak in my eyes. Struggle, struggle with absolute power. Suzo Budu Royal Soul Sword. Shadow Clone. After Madara finished speaking, a purple-black long sword appeared in his hand. At the same time, Madara also used his own unique trick of writing round eyes, that is, Susanoo can also be a shadow clone. In an instant, 5 Susanoo Nohus appeared in front of everyone. They used to be a little sure about one Susanoo, but now facing 5 Susanoo, I has the urge to give up. It's just that chakra is stronger. After all, he is human. As long as he is human, there are weaknesses. Brother, let's go. Ha 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 ha, brother, you are still like that. Get ready, let's go. After Golden Horn finished speaking, he also took off the 6 ninjas from behind him. Oh, this is your weapon. The golden rope, the gourd, the 7-star sword, the banana fan and the amber bottle. Hey, these things seem to be very powerful. But in your hands, it's wasted. The multiple shadow clone skill. After Shubai finished speaking, he also released his own multiple shadow avatar in an instant. Ma, the others will leave it to you. I like the weapons of these two guys, give it to me. Shubai didn't feel much about other things, but this banana fan was a little bit fun. You can release 5 types of ninjutsu, and you can master the changes in nature through this banana fan. This is the worst thing Shubai has now, and he doesn't have soil attributes yet. After you have the 5 basic attributes, you can start to try to develop the bloodline boundary. Moreover, at this time Shubai had already found a way to practice. That is the experience of ninjutsu among the Sarutobi clan. Let's make a comparison. If you defeat the enemy first, I promise you one thing. On the contrary, you promise me one thing. Madara also narrowed his eyes and said slowly. Oh, that's okay. Then I'll do it. Fire Dunk 1000 Fire Dragon. After Shubai finished speaking, he also directly released the Great Fire Dragon technique. Why is it called the 1000 Fire Dragon? It's because more than 100 Shubai are now releasing. Moreover, this Great Fire Dragon technique still doubles the attack power. Half-tailed, brother. Well, this guy is a bit difficult. However, just relying on an A-level ninjutsu is like defeating us. The two stood directly together, and then a red chakra appeared on their bodies. Hey, this is 9-tailed chakra. Although it is a bit evil, this breath is really fascinating. Shubai's face also showed a long-lost excitement. Since Konaha was founded, he has been engaged in the struggle for profit for the Uchiha clan. So, it's been a long time since we fought like this. Except for the daily pickup, the rest has no time to practice their own ninjutsu. Sure enough, for a ninja, fighting can make people sharp. The defensive power of the Golden Horn and Silver Horn after the half-tailing was also greatly increased. In the face of many attacking dragons, the two also chose to resist. Then, there is no more. At this time Madara was still fighting supported by Yao, and Madara did not win for a while. And at this time, Madara did not choose to use the illusion technique of writing round eyes. After all, in his eyes, his own strength can determine this battle. But he forgot one very important thing, that is, he is still playing with Shubai. Oh, Madara, they have fainted, am I hard? Shubai said slowly while Madara was still waving the Pudu Soul Sword in his hand. What? After hearing Shubai's words, Madara was also surprised. This guy, could it be said that with just one A-level ninjutsu, he defeated 2 elite Shangren who possessed 6 ninjutsu? Moreover, these two guys also have the 9-tailed chakra. Even if he took the shot, he couldn't end the battle so quickly. After these two people joined forces, their strength should have surpassed the general patriarch level. Even if it is Reikage, it is not necessarily the opponent of their two teaming together. By the way, the reason we are here is to want Yao. Look, did you give it to us, and then we went back? Shubai also turned to I. After hearing Shubai's words, Madara also put away his Susanna directly. Now that the Golden Horn and the Silver Horn have lost their combat effectiveness, if Shubai joins the battle next, the battle will also end soon. You know, if Madara and Shubai join forces, even Zuma would not dare to stand up. Obviously, I also knows. Therefore, he put away his chakra directly, and then sighed. Now I is not the person of Bawe, he will be like the Golden Horn and Silver Horn, but he has absorbed some of the flesh and blood of the 8 tails. That is, the chakra that has absorbed Yao. Soon, they came to a big lake together. Moreover, this big lake is still surrounded by many mountains. Yeah, how come the Uchiha clan people appear here? At this time, Yao also felt the breath from Madara and Shubai. You know, the Uchiha clan is the one who doesn't want to deal with in the heart of the tail monster. Because of their annoying ability, don't be too restrained for the tail beast. The chakra and strength of the tail beast are very powerful, but they are originally clones of the chakra tree, so they have great strength, but their mental power is not very strong. So when faced with the pupil technique of the Uchiha clan, it was also very troublesome. This is also the strongest 9 tails, also succumbing to Madara's powerful pupil power. Although not everyone has such a powerful pupil technique, it is still influential. Null Ghost, someone is looking for you. I also said directly. Soon, a huge shadow appeared. Then, Yao also appeared in front of them. Look, this is the tail beast. This powerful chakra is really obsessive. Shubai also showed a smile on his face. Although his chakra has reached the level of a tail beast, it is only about the same as a tail. Yao's chakra is countless times stronger than him. It's really strong, but compared with Zujian, it's still far behind. You are called a cow ghost, right? Come with me, Madara also said directly. Do you know who you are facing right now? This uncle is a monster. After Yao finished speaking, he immediately launched an attack. Boom 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 boom. Really, I have to be rough. Madara clapped his hands, then dragged Yao directly away. Yao, who originally wanted to resist, was also beaten fat by Madara's Susao. Then it dragged away. 1 month later, Madara also returned to Konaha. But when he returned to Konaha, the column was already standing in front of the door and waiting for him. Ma, I will come 1 day earlier than you. Looking at Madara and Shubai between the columns, they also said with a smile. Cut, if it wasn't for Shubai, this guy who pestered me to release ninjutsu all the way, now I have won. Madara also said with an unhappy expression. Seeing Madara's appearance, Shubai and Zujian both laughed. After returning to Konaha, Zuma also went out again to capture Kyubi. As for the tail beast that was captured, it was also trapped under the Hokage cliff by the people of the Whirlpool clan using a sealing technique. 10 days later, Mara, when we come back from the column, are we going to prepare our own business? Shubai, who was standing in front of the tail beast with Ma, also said slowly. Our business, what's the matter? You guy, don't tell me, you forgot to marry my sister. Shubai also looked helpless, this guy is still so unreliable. I'm not ready yet. Also, now I am Hokage, do I have to prepare well? And there is a fart, I will arrange these things now. You just wait, I will arrange everything at that time. By the way, I have prepared the family for the invitation. You are alone now, leave these things to me. 2 days later, I will get married with you. Remember, don't let someone who likes you and you like wait for you too long. After Shubai finished speaking, he disappeared here in an instant. Madara looked helpless, and it seemed that this matter could not be avoided. 2 days later, the pillars also returned. In the prosperous pillar room, after opening Mu-dun, a move to top the Buddha stunned 9 tails. In addition, I got the news that Madara was about to get married, and came back quickly. As a result, the first happy event after Konaha's establishment was in full swing. You know, this is a major event for Hokage, so everyone in the village also takes it seriously. There are 3 days left, which is 1 year before Konaha has been established. Although Madara had only been in this position for 5 months at this time, it was also a memorable day for Konaha. This is why Shubai chose this day. Because of Madara's personality, he was originally not good at dealing with people. Therefore, although I know that my Hokage is Madara, many people are not familiar with Madara. Shubai also wanted to take this opportunity to let everyone know about this arrogant big boy. At this time, in a cave not far from Konaha. Are you ready? Yes, my lord, it's ready. However, we can really. Don't worry, I won't fail to count the things I promised you. Okay, I'll see you in 2 days. The man also disappeared after saying this. Seeing the man who disappeared, the woman's face also showed a decisive look. And Shubai is now in his own home. Minako, 2 days later, you will no longer be my slave and my wife. I am sorry for making you wait so long. Shubai also hugged Minako and said slowly. No, I don't think it at all. If it weren't for you to take me away, there is no such person as Ozawa Minako in the world. So, I am very happy to be your servant. Minako also said directly. By the way, is there still no information about your group? Now Konaha has enough ability to shelter them. Shubai also said again. You know, the existence of such a family is originally a kind of misfortune. If there is a strong support behind him, then there will be no problem. But apart from some basic physical skills, they basically have no ninjutsu training. In addition, there is no big family as a backer, and in this world, it is impossible to live well. Now they are considered to be his wife's natal family, so Shubai also wants to help them. No, there has been no news since they left the clan land before. Ozawa Minako also said directly. The two of them still slept in their clothes, and there were still 2 days left, and Shubai didn't make any strides. 2 days later, Shubai, get up quickly. Really, today is your wedding day, and you actually slept so late. At this time, Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi also came to Shubai's house and called Shubai up. Big brother, Fat, why are you here? Isn't it still morning? There is still time, Shubai said with a sleepy expression. It's too early. Get up quickly and clean up. Now basically the patriarch and the ninjas of the whole village have arrived. Even the ninjas from other countries have been invited. Now you and Naruto-sama have not arrived yet, I really don't know what you two are thinking. Lu Yan said helplessly. After hearing Lu Yan's words, Shubai's face also showed a look of surprise. Neither he nor Madara would invite ninjas from other countries, that is to say, this thing should be caused by the guy between the pillars. It seems that the heart between the pillars is not only as big as Konaha. It seems that this guy will definitely look for Madara. Well, where is the spot now? Shubai also asked directly. Minister between the pillars has gone to see Lord Naruto, I guess, he is about to set off now. Hurry up, otherwise we will really be the last one to arrive. Fatty also said directly. Sure enough, let's go and set off. Shubai also quickly changed his clothes and said directly. I'll go, the speed of light, you. By the way, don't you even wash it up? Lu Yan also asked directly. Washing, this one thing I have been practicing recently, that is water escape water slug. Water escape rain attack. Shubai also released these 2 ninjutsu instantly. The next moment, whether it is washing your face or gargle, it will be resolved. Aren't your clothes wet? Also, by the way, we also took a bath with you. Lu Yan is also a little speechless, why is this guy still so unreliable? Then it's time to witness the miracle, watching Huo Dun bare hands, Feng Dun Lufeng. Shubai also released 2 ninjutsu again. Combining Huo Dun and Feng Dun, the 3 people's clothes were blown dry within a few minutes. And because of the nature of Lufeng, the clothes of the 3 of them did not have any wrinkles. When did your brain work so well? Fatty said in confusion. You know, although Shubai has that weird ability, his strength is greatly improved, but every time they practice a new ninjutsu together, Shubai is the last one to learn. Moreover, it seems to have borrowed that ability to complete it. But now Shubai is actually beginning to use ninjutsu to do such a thing. Okay, I won't talk about other things for the time being. You two, I remember that you are also single now. You want to speed up. Don't patronize cultivation, forget your lifelong events. After Shubai finished speaking, he did not wait for 2. The person replied, and the instantaneous spell disappeared directly. Hey, this guy is still on it. How can I clean up you when I see it? Yes, this is simply hatred. After the two murmured, they also disappeared. At this time, Shubai did not go directly to Konaha Square, but came to Madara's residence. You two, really. Although I really don't want to bother you two good friends, but between the pillars, using our wedding to do such a big thing, do you want to talk to us? Shubai saw the two after people are together, they also speak directly. Elder Zubai is here too. We are just talking about you, come sit down. Zujian also said enthusiastically. Really a good friend, I regard Madara as my home. Do you hate that you are not a woman and can't marry Madara? Shubai also joked. Although he had guessed what Zujian wanted to do, Shubai also went straight to sit down. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.